Welcome to the Jam. I hope y'all are all doing good. It's JJ, it's Alan, it's AB, it's Matt. We back again.
Back again,
We
bro.
got a lot of shit to talk to y'all about.
I feel so good to be back, bro.
yeah?
Bro. It's like so much shit happening.
I feel like it's like a weight lifted off my shoulder. I can talk
Yeah.
about
Like,
everything.
Yeah. Today we're going to get into a bunch of stuff. We have All-Star Weekend to talk about. We got what just happened with A$AP Rocky. We got Kendrick, the Super Bowl. We got Valentine's Day, love. And we got yay, Elon and Trump and the doom that we're all facing on a daily basis. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a roller coaster. Let's lock in.
It's jam-packed. I ain't gonna lie.
It's jam-packed. We got a little
jam-packed.
surprise
You know
for y'all at
what's
the end,
crazy?
too.
You know what's crazy? I feel like this podcast.
Oh, it's jam-packed.
I thought he beat it.
It's jam-packed.
I feel like this podcast has like consumed our lives to the point. I remember like the yay shit, and we'll get into that happened. Like we were in the car, we're like, bro, this is so crazy, and we're like, let's save it for the pod.
We
Like,
talking
have a
about shit.
conversation amongst ourselves,
bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
How was y'all weekend though? What y'all do?
It's
Valentine's weekend, you know what I'm saying?
Last episode was filmed like a couple weeks ago, so it was a couple weeks worth of stuff that have happened since then. Yeah, Valentine's weekend. My Valentine's weekend was chill. I'm single and mingling and shit. So
I
I
don't
just,
know
so
why
I-
you said that like
so-
everybody up, well, except baby, but everybody up here.
there was mingling happened. there was mingling.
Wait, hold on.
How
What's
was
our
y'all?
camera again?
just-
It was hell, but we'll get into that. You can say
I would say, well, I forgot that we had 2 weekends. So one, we had the first weekend was crazy, nigga, for a nigga like you.
Oh, wait.
my
Was that
God.
after the last podcast? Yes.
That was
okay.
the fashion show.
Yeah, talk about it.
So the first pod after that, we had a weekend and we went to Springfield. It's a college in some. I don't even know where it's at.
Illinois capital.
And it was my first fashion show, so that was
fashion
really
show.
cool. And we had a whole experience there. I was like terrified like the day before.
Yeah.
So get there, we're like, because we were giving away shirts too. So the whole main thing we're trying to figure out was like, as I'm like styling people, getting everything ready, is like, how the hell are we about to give away these shirts as I'm about to do this show? So it's like two things in my mind, but like, no, everything went good.
All the shirts went
everyone
crazy.
crazy
All
for
the
the
shirts
fit.
went.
Yeah, all the
Yes,
shirts
I
went.
got
It was crazy.
the
Everyone went,
amazing honor of walking at the first.
Yeah,
You did.
appearance.
JJ was the first one to walk off, and apparently he told me because I'm in the moment, like I'm not even peeping up,
And I couldn't
like,
hear 'cause I'm
like
walking.
there, yeah. And I had to give like a speech, so I'm already out of it. So I was like, I don't know what's happening. He's telling me everyone's
Yeah, everybody
screaming
was
for the
screaming,
outfits.
cheering.
Yeah, everyone was going crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
and then after that, they ended up having an intermission so I could come in, give away the shirts. Me and him have these boxes because he's recording. So we come out with these boxes. This one girl was like, "Can I get a shirt?" So then me and him go to the table, and then swarms of people.
We got
hella
some.
people.
Yo,
Yes,
yeah.
it was
I
crazy.
forgot we haven't told you about
no.
this.
Yeah, I forgot.
Real
I
shit.
forgot
Shout
it
out them,
happened.
though.
Wait, so
Let-
for the fashion show, right? Like, is it like a winner to the fashion show, or just
No, it
everybody-
was just like
Yeah.
because it wasn't only just designers, right? It was mainly it was a club thing, right?
Yeah,
wasn't
so
a
it was
frat thing?
so there was the alphas and the AKAs on my campus. They had like a joint event where they did like a fashion show. So they had like some general events where like you could just put on your best clothes and you could like sign up to be in it, and then you walk the runway. And then other like they're like 4 clothing brands with their designers there who actually like debuted their clothes at the thing. So Allen's was, I believe, the first actual brand to like go. He also gave his little like kickoff like speech and everything. And then we had the intermission to give the shirts. The girl was asking him, I'm like, yo, let's go hand them out at the table. Swarm. When I tell you, Matt's standing there recording. So like this
I'm
entire
getting ran
time,
over. and
Matt's
they
recording.
hit me
Matt's
down,
recording.
like
And like everyone starts surrounding. Do you got a small? Do you got a extra large? Da, da, da. I'm looking at Alan
No,
like,
it's
yo, we
nuts.
got this, bro. I'm like,
No,
we didn't have
people
time
are
to like.
at like to process it.
Yeah.
Like we were so locked in. I'm like, JJ, you got a large? He's like, yeah. And I remember it was something. He was like, yeah.
Nigga, that's
I'm
so
looking at
whole
large, yeah.
university at this point.
Yeah.
No, like literally. And then I ended up
cool.
finding out one of our homies that's at the school ended up texting me. He was like, hella people was wearing the shirts and they were asking
Yeah.
like they wanted
Yeah.
more. So
They
yeah,
showing love, for
it was
sure.
so
If
crazy.
You
Shout out
wondering
them,
what
yeah.
shirt?
Yeah, no, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah,
Shout out
hell
them
yeah,
for real.
that's
Yeah,
hard,
that was
bro.
a W
Yeah, that
experience.
was-
W
Fucking
weekend.
But I-
Other than the Valentine's Day shit. Valentine's Day,
Valentine's,
it got
it
crooked.
got
But
yeah.
W.
That's how it began. And then, then the week progressed. These two had a Valentine's Day themselves. So.
Chilling.
Yeah, you know,
He's
just chilling.
chilling.
Got my girl like I think 2 big ass teddy bears.
I
with the
seen your
flowers.
picture.
did
I
see
was
your
like,
picture. I was like,
W.
Damn, I saw like the like hand shit. It was fun.
Could
Oh
never
yeah, and
be.
the hand shit. Yeah.
Why?
But hold, I gotta tell you this, bro. So I'm looking for reservations because I was finna take the person I was about to take out to like gonna take it to like this burger joint. So then I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. You need to bleep that. We're not dropping that restaurant's name. I don't want them to get it. No, that is already.
You want to like gatekeep it. Yeah, we have to bleep that out. But yeah, I was gonna take her to a burger joint, but then she like actually had like a really nice fit on. Asked Mel, like, "Is this like Valley?" He's like, "I don't think you should like take her out."
If she got some like fancy shit on, like
yeah.
They had that shit on.
So then after, I'm in the bathroom like scavenging. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna get ready in like 10 minutes.
Looking through
in her mind, in her mind, it's like
God,
she's like, okay, yeah, we're about to go out. In my mind, I'm like, nigga, we're about to eat what's in that fridge. Because I'm like going on my phone, like, bro,
it's
nothing's
Valentine's
open.
night.
Yes,
in
it is.
Chicago. It's like you're not getting
like
anywhere.
a week in advance. Yeah,
Yeah. So then,
you gotta do
I
that.
end up finding this Brazilian place, and I hit it because it's the first thing that's open. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. This seems good. I didn't even look at the menu, prices, none of that.
Fogo de Chao.
oh, brother,
I don't even know what that
Fogo?
is. Yes, bro. I go there. It's just nasty, like fruits and shit out in the open, unsanitary. They coming around. You want the meat medium rare? I'm like, okay, whatever. Because I don't know what this is.
Come on,
They're
okay,
cutting this shit up. That's exactly how they said it. They cutting it. I'm eating. I'm like, fuck it, bro. This should be a cool like 70. Because I just had,
Hell
I had
no.
some pork and some beef. That's really just it.
300.
160.
Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. You Fogo, they do
You're
it,
going to
bro.
McDonald's next year. You're
Oh,
bullshit.
Lord.
Yeah, you're bullshit.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
nah.
But at least, did you
at
enjoy your
least y'all-
time?
Yeah, right. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Okay,
It was
That's
fun.
all that
Besides that
W
food, I was
weekend.
hungry when I went back home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
W
Valentine's
weekend.
Day.
W
though.
weekend. Nah, it was
W
cool
fucking
though.
weekend.
It was cool.
That's one of those ones where you just kind of have to take the initiative, and if it don't happen, it don't happen. But it's like, what were you gonna do? Like, I
Exactly.
still don't think you go to that burger.
Yeah,
like,
nah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate.
I feel like at the end of the day, some people had great weekends.
Did you have a nice weekend?
I had a good weekend. No, I had a good weekend. I was gonna say I feel like some people had great weekends. Some people had mid weekends. The NBA had a horrible weekend. Absolutely terrible weekend. All-Star weekend.
All-Star.
Bro, you
All-Star.
gotta
Can we get into All-Star
it.
weekend, bro?
You gotta get into it.
I'm
bro.
so
I didn't even
curious
watch
because
that shit.
I don't pay attention to like all-star basketball like stuff. I literally didn't even see it. But I
To
guess,
start, it started off bad. We got on this podcast 2 weeks ago and talked about Luka and Doncic and that trade. Why did Anthony Davis injure himself in the first fucking game?
No,
When I
you
tell
have
you-
to give them.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait.
No.
It was the first game.
I have to put it on paper.
Yes.
He didn't finish the game.
AB. I am
first game
AB.
he played.
Okay, so look, I seen the nigga in the little jersey, whatever.
Yes.
I seen him.
It's me.
Yes.
He was going crazy.
He got injured
on the ground holding
No,
his
bro,
stomach,
he
nigga.
not even telling you the story.
Let me put it on paper from my perspective as a non-basketball fan,
built
bro.
out of paper clips,
we,
bro. What the
we
fuck?
talked about it on this podcast.
Yo.
I'm pretty sure if you go back and watch the footage, one of us was like, damn, he gonna get traded. And then Anthony Davis is older. He gonna get injured. If he get injured one more time, it might not be good.
That definitely
Bro,
happened.
the post gets on Complex. They said, Anthony Davis making it known. I'm here. Da, da, da. He was going crazy, like 15 points. I close my phone, put it face down.
Dude.
I take my phone up 20 minutes later. Anthony Davis pulls something on
Yo,
non-contact
that-
injury.
I'm gonna tell no.
Nine times?
Yes, bro. We're at. You remember when I said we were at the school, right? So we're
my
at the
God,
school.
I'm
We're at a
crying.
basketball game, just watching the shit, right? So I look on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, they're playing. This is his first game. This nigga Anthony Davis got like 14 and a half. I'm like, oh, he's going stupid. Like he has an incentive. He's trying to prove himself. So I put my phone down. I'm like, bro. Nothing could like they're about to win that game. I'm like, he's about to drop 30. He's about to drop 30. Niggas finna eat on they parlays that night.
Hell no, nigga. Nigga said
He messed up his hand out the game.
Bro.
his hand.
Yes.
No.
No, it was like-
it was
it was
like
like
his
groin.
stomach or like his groin or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, he ended up
Nigga had a
like
stomach ache.
nigga ended up having like a
the
non-contact. I think he like nigga had the shit. He ended up like pulling some shit. The nigga, good God, bro.
That shit is so
if I'm the average, no.
Traded Luka.
I'm gonna say it again. If I'm Mark Cuban, I'm putting hands on that.
If
nigga
I'm
who
Mark
traded
Cuban,
him.
I'm running up a bag and buying my share back.
Yeah,
You're
nah,
bullshitting.
you're
I'm not
If I'm
doing
Mark
it.
Cuban, we're running the 30
We're running
with
the
that
30.
GM.
Oh God, no, we're running the 30.
Oh my
AD
God.
got injured, but that's not even weekend,
Yeah.
right? We get into the weekend. You got Jello. Jello performs Tweaker, which is whoa, crazy. First of all, Jello performing Tweaker is crazy to me because like no hate to him. That song is
That song
it's
is
some bullshit.
not
It's
a
some
good
bullshit.
song.
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna.
a little catchy. It's a little catchy.
It's
But it's some bullshit.
Whoa,
I
and then
think
it
it's
turned
ass.
off.
I
Right.
think Cali niggas like it.
Yeah, maybe. some
Which
cat
I
shit.
don't get that either. I get it. No,
either.
I understand because the whoa, that part hard. I feel like when you listen to like the
Show
way
me
his
some mo-
voice is layered,
no.
it sounds like very clunky. Like I've
like,
never
nah,
made music
yeah.
before.
It's-
So I feel like
It feels like
It sound like he
it's
knew
like
the
down
music.
the south music type shit.
Yeah,
yeah, like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it sound like
yeah, you know what I'm
Houston,
saying?
yeah,
Whatever. That's whatever. So he comes out, he performs it, cool. Brian
Lonzo
ended up not
introduced him.
playing. What's up?
Sorry to cut you off. Lonzo introduced him out.
Yeah, Lonzo.
I thought that was
Lonzo
cool.
did introduce
Yeah.
him out, and
Yeah.
then obviously Melo was there and everything.
Yeah.
I think that's cool that all three of them. Brothers.
yeah,
That's what-
that's
yeah.
cool. But
Even if he not, yeah, but that's,
yeah, exactly. But like cool. Shout out LeVar and them.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Also,
damn.
LeVar,
Yeah,
bro,
LeVar.
as we're recording this,
Yeah.
LeVar has like a
Got
life
his foot amputated.
has
That's
like
crazy.
a life altering surgery. So like,
Oh, yeah,
wish him
hopefully that-
healing for sure. Like, damn, that's crazy.
That's
shit.
crazy.
But anyways, Brian ends up not playing. So I looked at Avery and I was about to laugh. I'll be so real with you. I was there. Brian ends up not playing.
Why did Brown not
I
play?
don't, bro. It's Brian. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you know what?
Wait, no, but more so
I don't
why do you
feel
think
like it.
Brown didn't play?
Because it's the All-Star game and it was some bullshit. And we'll get into why it was some bullshit. Brian ends up not playing. Everything cool. First of all, celebrity game. This is where we start, right? This is where I started, right? Celebrity game. I feel like the celebrity game has not been good for years. We already knew the celebrity game was some bullshit back then, but like I feel like it was more competition. You had Kevin Hart playing. You had like the celebrity like coaches and stuff like that.
I
Like
remember I found out that like people like Quavo could actually hoop.
Yeah,
like,
that was
it
crazy.
was decent.
Cool.
Now you got Kai Cenat doing shit like this. Let's look at it. Take a look at it.
Yo, what the fuck is this nigga on?
How the fuck did you end up in that position?
How do you
There's
get-
nothing you can
Nigga,
do on
he's
a
his
basketball
neck.
court.
Like,
What is that? How does that
Did he
happen?
lay it up with like 100% contested?
I'm
like,
pretty sure that I'm pretty sure how it happened was he was like going down to the hole and like I think he was going down to the hole. He loses the ball, tries to get it back, and ends up on his fucking head.
I don't even
how
believe
that-
you.
I
That's
don't
like-
know how that's fucking possible to even. The nigga's doing a handstand in the middle of the
It looked like he just got sniped in the middle of the court.
and I feel like
what?
one of the reasons why we laugh at it and we got into like the implications of it, which is it sounds like some nerd shit. We was talking about it yesterday. It's like I feel like there's slowly more and more of a focus on the like attention, the entertainment, and the clicks as opposed
Than
to like
actual skill and
do
shit,
what you
yeah.
gotta do. You a streamer, you entertaining. Why are you on your head on national television?
That's him though, right?
That
That's
doesn't even
cool.
make,
That's
like,
him.
how do you
And then-
like it? You said he went for the ball and that
I
happened.
think he was like trying to recover the ball and end up.
Yeah, I think what happened was he
Fucking
I
front
think he
flipping.
bricked something and then he tried to get like the ball back and he like went too far.
There's no like
He
you
shouldn't
have to be
get off
running
his
at
Adderall.
top speed and then a nigga flip your shit to end up like that. You cannot you cannot
You can-
regularly end up
You
like
can
that.
even because I know a lot of people compare him to like Kevin Hart. You can even bring about like Kevin Hart like in the celebrity game because like he didn't have to do all that.
Kevin
shit.
Hart, that's what I'm saying.
He
As in,
dropped hella
Kevin
points
Hart is
before
one of
that.
those people where it's like Kevin Hart is the funny, short, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He bullshitting the whole weekend. Kevin Hart was going out there hooping. Not saying that Kai obviously cannot hoop the way he can, but
Yeah.
Kevin Hart is out there hooping. Even Kevin Hart has fell into this whole epidemic of clip farming, right? He goes up
the
there.
streamers.
Bro, he goes up there with Shaq, and they're, mind you, live television, tells Shaq that he looks like a porn director. On live television. Mind you, Kevin Hart, you're standing next to him. Let's take a look at it.
Bro.
You look like the bitch getting fucked. You look like... Why would you even allude to that? Oh my God. You're next to him.
fuck that little ass dog.
I am okay. Like I get it. The joke's funny, bro. If I'm a grown man, why would I be standing next to someone that's like 7 foot and be like,
You look like a porn director.
What is that? What are you
What does that
implying?
entail?
It feels like we're trying to get the headline on Complex the next day.
Yeah,
or like
exactly.
the next
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
bullshitting.
Clip
Like
farming. That's what it
bullshitting.
turned
And I think
into.
that's why people are so upset with the All-Star game as a entirety. For instance, they pause the game. You have a clip right here where Wembanyama, right? Wembanyama and CP3, they completely like disregard the rules and are like trying to get the fastest time. So they do
Wait,
this.
Yeah, I want to see how they did.
It's just a skill test, man.
Wait, what the
Doesn't shoot the
Wait,
three-pointer.
wait, wait,
Look at it.
whoa,
Look at it.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa,
Huh?
Just throwing the ball out. Doesn't want to shoot it. because they're trying to get the fastest time. So like,
Oh,
Wait, what does it matter having the fastest time if you're not going to actually accomplish
the whole point is to like show your skill or whatever, but it's whoever gets the fastest time. They say him and Wembanyama go and say, okay,
shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they like
fuck shooting, let's do
bullshit.
it. Which is cool. Obviously, I think the funniest part about it was the fact that everybody was like, oh, whose idea was it CP3's or was it Wembanyama's?
Right.
It was actually Wembanyama's, which is funny.
Really?
From like,
It was
of course.
Wembanyama's idea?
Coming from like a rookie, that's kind of funny.
That
like,
is
shit
funny,
like that.
yeah.
But I don't know. I thought it was crazy. You have the celebrity. I would say this: the 3-point contest was cool. 3-point contest was cool. I forgot who ended up winning it, but I watched the whole thing. It was cool.
Did Curry play it or no?
No.
Damn.
It's like that.
You know Curry not in that motherfucker. It ain't gonna be like back then. We done with the 90s.
Yeah, we
done. The 90s is crazy.
That's so sad though.
It is hella sad. It's sad that all of those they're getting older and shit. And then, right, you ended off on one of the best things, which was the dunk contest. Now, here's what I would say about the dunk contest, right? Dunk contest was cool because obviously, like you have some familiar faces. It's always been like one of those bigger like events of the weekend. And then you have somebody in there like Mac McClung, right? Mac McClung is a G League player. He's been in the G League. He been a good player, actually. He averaged like almost 20, I'm pretty sure. Mac McClung is one of the best dunkers I've ever seen, like in the league.
He won the last 3 times.
He's one of the three-peat.
Three-peat. Three-peat, right?
His last one.
Me and this nigga JJ, it was an epiphany.
We had to
off
deep
this
it
shit.
for
We
a
had to
second.
deep it. I'm like, bro, Mac McClung is so good, bro. Like, he really is good. I'm so confused on why he's still in the G League. Then
That's
we
a
see
great
this
fucking
video,
question.
bro. We see this fucking video. I don't think me and this nigga have laughed this fucking hard. Can we see the video, please?
Oh my God.
Bro.
Magic sending Mac McClung to the G League.
Bro. We were fucking crying because
That's so fun.
That's
it's
so
real,
true
though,
and it's
bro.
fucked up.
How do you win the dunk competition in one of the biggest events in the All-Star Weekend 3 times, and you fucking are still in the G League?
That
Keep in
feels
mind,
intentional.
he's beating NBA
caliber
players.
Yeah. He's beating people in the
that
NBA.
feels
Get your little ass back.
Yeah.
Then they kick the little nigga back to the G League.
And you want to know what it is? And this goes with the decrease in quality. Like, we are not saying that Kai can't have fun. We're not saying that Kevin Hart can't have fun. But it feels like everything's on a decline because it feels like what happened was they decided, someone came up with a plan. If we get Mac McClung, who's a G League player, and put him in this thing, let's see what he do. He wins it. Then they're like, oh shit, we got the story of the G League player who beat everyone in the NBA.
That is
and
true.
now you've done that 3 times, and he's still not in the
Even
league.
then, the NBA is profiting off that because you had the G League team beat the NBA team in the little like game they played. Yes.
Wait, the G League team won?
Yes,
They did. I was
the G
seeing
League
something
team
about
won.
that.
The G League team won, and then you had dumb niggas like Draymond Green talking about, why are we giving these people platforms like the rising stars as well? He was like, the rising stars shouldn't be playing on Sundays. I understand you're uncomfortable or you don't like the NBA format, the new format they got going on. Y'all was the ones that started not playing hard.
Exactly.
in these All-Star games.
That's the
Made
reason why the
them
decline happened.
have to
Oh,
start
that's why
doing
they
all
did
this
that.
extra bullshit.
Okay, so it was like the traditional All-Star game that they usually have where like the captains pick like the teams or whatever, but instead it was just the NBA versus the G League, and they lost.
This year they had the rising stars playing like the NBA team. It was like Team Shaq versus like Team Chuck or some shit.
Yeah.
They had the rising
Beating
stars
their ass.
playing. They had another like G League.
So
team
you
playing.
mad? Okay, because I was gonna say because I don't know too much about like Draymond and his criticism, but it's like you're mad that like rising stars are playing on this stage and y'all have been getting millions to bullshit the entire.
Mind you,
Because I
they
remember
playing hard
seeing
as
it.
shit because they trying to get up.
They like
You feel me?
this is their time to
bro,
like
so-
exactly.
What's so ignorant about that comment goes back to what you were saying and the fact of like the only reason that this decline is happening is because y'all decided
they
to play hard.
bullshitting.
Bro, I
y'all-
remember 2016, 2017, how excited I was for the All-Star game to see Curry on a 3-point. Because before it was even like captains, it was always the East versus the West. So then now
yeah.
it went to the team captains, LeBron, Curry, and now to this. And it's like,
It's
I'm
bullshit.
almost
What year was it when Curry hit that 3 on
damn near, like half court.
from what for on what's
did
his
shoot a
face?
half court. This
What's his
was
name?
crazy.
Trey, what the fuck is his name?
Young?
Trey
Yeah,
Young?
Trey Young, where he hit it like, and he looked at Trey Young when he did it.
I don't even remember.
He hit it like half court. I remember I
It
saw
was
that.
half court. Did he have a red jersey?
Yeah.
on? Okay, that was like
Maybe like
2017.
yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
yeah.
Was it? No, I
2017.
feel like that was way.
Nah,
I was
it
at
might
my
have been more
homie. I
recent.
was at my. It was since I was living where we came from at my mama, because I remember watching it. I went over to bro's house and we was watching. I seen the whole thing live. I remember they did not start trying until like the end of the fourth quarter.
And this is what I'll say, bro. I remember growing up watching like you'd have the All-Star games with Kobe, and you'd have the All-Star games with them. Bro, they was playing hard as a bro. Them score, it was 140 to like one because they
bro.
playing hard as
Yeah, they would play
it wasn't
hard.
as hard defense, but they playing fucking
yeah.
basketball,
Yeah,
bro.
when, if it's not like regular season, they not doing shit. If it's the All-Star
all.
game or the fucking Olympics, they not
And
like
you want to
playing
know,
hard. no
part of
more.
me thinks of it as well is because the same thing happened in baseball where like salaries have kind of like exploded. The deals are getting more and more expensive. I feel like the teams are now like having a vested interest. Like, all right, you can go to this All-Star
But
shit, but
don't
you not
hurt
get
yourself.
injured. Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Like,
they don't want.
Kobe had made I think it was Kobe who said this. He was talking about the All-Star game. He was like, I don't know why they don't play hard. He's like, I play like it's my like last game, because he's like, you have to think of it like as a fan, you're seeing your favorite players
play
all
against
play against each other on
You
one
want to
team.
see Bron and Curry go crazy. You want to see Kyrie go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like seeing that
You wanna see
2K
that.
black
You mentioned half a second ago pausing the game. What happened?
Bro, they were in the final game, right? This is the game with like Jason Tatum, all of the celebrities, etc. They get to like halfway through the game and then pause the game to do like a ceremony or some shit with like the TNT crew because they're leaving. They do a ceremony, pause the entire game. Not to say that you can't obviously like shout out that TNT crew. Like I've been fucking with them since I was a kid, but like during the game, like you done thrown off the momentum. There's
Right.
no more competitive like edge in it. Like why?
It's
Why
like
are
a
you
long
killing it?
intermission in the middle of it. Yeah,
I feel like, honestly, I genuinely feel like the most exciting part about the weekend was the fucking sneaker releases. The sneaker releases between the grapes, the grape fives released.
Yeah.
You had the white cement fours
yup,
released.
yup.
Like,
and the fucking they released the Galaxy foams. When I tell you the Galaxy foam, like were y'all like into the Galaxy foam?
I was a little
good. Obviously, we was into the phone.
Right,
So I was
yeah.
good.
Y'all don't
I'm not,
get it,
bro.
Yeah, you gotta tell
like,
me. I'm not
okay.
a sneakerhead, so you gotta
So-
like tell me the whole like grail of that weekend, like how crazy
So
it is.
this weekend, bro, they released so many unreleased shoes. I think the ones that they release like 4, 5 to 6 months in the future, actually.
Oh, okay.
So the Galaxy foam
Those
posits, right?
shoes are so
I
beautiful.
can see the
remember
dip-
seeing those as a kid.
Yeah,
bro.
like the 2012 ones versus the 2025. You can see the 2025 is a little bit more vibrant.
Yeah,
Vibrant in color. Everybody's saying the 2025 looks way better. And I feel like it does too.
I feel like the
does.
bottoms definitely look
The
better.
bottoms,
For
the
sure.
bottoms look fresh.
definitely. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
they dropped
dang.
these during All-Star Weekend. Like,
Yup.
that's
Crazy thing is, I've never had a pair of phone posits.
really.
Ever.
Never had a pair?
Ever?
Hell no. I showed my mama that pair. She said, them $200 shoes, put them back.
I remember
They
that.
was like
yeah.
225, so they expensive.
Yeah, they always like.
You know what I
230.
wanted? I used to want the like those copper
Yeah,
joints.
yeah,
I used to
yeah,
want
yeah.
them bitches.
Yup.
Yeah.
Always wanted the
Go
pair
on.
JJ had. He had those black ones.
Oh, the all black
ones,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
the all
black
black
ones, they fire,
But
bro.
were you able to get like a pair that dropped this weekend, or of anything?
Oh yes, sir. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How was that?
So I think these released on Valentine's Day, actually. But I was able to get them 7 days early because a Chicago shop named Success, they dropped those.
That's
Damn.
success.
And it's
Those
crazy.
shoes are
It's crazy
beautiful.
because nowadays people are saying like the sneaker culture is dead and shit. But this month, bro, it felt like 2016 back again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what did y'all experience with
Bro.
2016 in shoes, bro?
Bro.
Like
Bro,
insane.
we was
Bro.
talking about it like yesterday. Briefly, I remember. I don't know if I have a specific like shoe taste now. Like I'm not particularly like Jordan or anything else. Like I feel like if I like a shoe, I'm gonna get it now. When I was a kid, it was nothing but Jordans. I remember one of the first times I got a non-Jordan shoe was I got some LeBrons because when we was going to school in like
Oh,
what
yeah, I
6th,
remember,
7th
yeah.
grade, everyone was rocking like the KDs, the gum KDs, like the
Yup.
big one that was
Them
super
KD
rare.
sixes,
The
yup.
Curry,
The Big Bang,
all type of
LeBrons,
shit.
yup.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. There was
yeah,
so much
bro.
more like diversity in what it is. So like that was 2016 was
This has been the craziest. Like I didn't even know this month was crazy until I started like looking around and like looking at the actual shit. This has been the craziest it's been in like
Bro,
years.
crazy.
When I
bro.
saw AB in line for these shoes,
Yeah,
I like
nigga.
lost it. I'm like,
Tell us
Yeah,
like
what
your
happened?
experience
So-
with, like the line and shit,
so,
like how
bro.
you found out even they were like dropping that day.
Nigga, I'm in the bed slumped.
time is it?
I'm asleep. Bro, I checked my phone. The Success store in Chicago, they put an Instagram post. They said, oh yeah, first come, first serve at 10 a.m. You can't line up, but you got to be there at 10 a.m. to get it. I live 40 minutes away. I can't tell you how fast I drove down there. I can't tell, bro. I hit the street. I'm weaving through traffic and shit.
Nigga pushing that.
Bro,
I gotta get these shoes,
bro, I'm pushing it, bro. I get there at 10 a.m., mind you. They said, oh, yeah, you can't line up. Nigga, I get there at 10, 130 people in front of me already.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, it's so weird. Because, okay, so I parked in a little parking lot or whatever. I go down the street, and it's like, you can see the line, but you can't really see the line. So it's like one person. I'm looking at him. I turn to the side. I'm dead.
Damn. I would have took my black ass home. I
would have gave up.
Pulled up in that parking lot. I would have gave up.
Oh, God. And I'm like, this is cold as hell. So I got to chop it up with some people. They was like, yeah, I haven't been, camping in a minute. And it's crazy, bro.
Shit like that.
That reminded me. That reminded me of like you remember Black Friday as a kid.
I remember being like
God.
a kid, bro. I remember my cousin. He camped out for the You remember the snake skin, like them, like
Snake
11?
skin
remember
11.
that
Yup.
shit.
Snake skin 11, bro.
Yes.
He camped out for them bitches for hours, bro. And I'm like, shit like that don't happen.
It
no more.
doesn't.
You got
No.
StockX,
Yup.
you got goat, you got like
Yup.
little
People find that they
sneakers.
own
People
shit,
people
yeah.
people don't do shit like that.
So
That
to
was
see
so
that,
cool to see
that, bro, and then I get to the line. I'm 130. They give me a little wristband or whatever, and I think they had like the most pairs in total. I think they said it was 10,000 pairs in total.
Wait, at Success?
No, 10,000 like
Oh, I
all
was like,
together
what?
in the
In
world.
general, I was like,
Yeah, in general, it was just 10,000 pairs, which is extremely limited. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And you're like wearing them.
yeah,
That's
Hey,
like,
here, I'm
insane.
finna take
That's
him right
crazy.
now.
wait,
Ripped off his feet.
right? Yeah,
No, but
it's
that's
crazy,
crazy,
man.
bro. Because I know how much you love sneakers. So
What
the
was
fact
that,
that it's like reviving is crazy.
What
Yep.
do you think your favorite drop from the weekend was?
Yeah.
My favorite
Like All-Star
drop.
Weekend drop or like
Yeah, we got to
even,
get
like,
through more of them because I know that wasn't the
Yeah.
only couple shoes that dropped this
Yeah,
weekend.
so right after, literally the next day, the Black Toe ones dropped. Bro,
Damn.
look at that
hard.
shit. Bro, so basically the Black Toe ones are based off of this photo. Like, those are prototype Black Toe ones that haven't released at all to the public. So what they did was they took that and just general released it.
Oh wow.
As basically as like a consolation prize, because everybody wanted this shit, but they couldn't get this shit. So they're like, you know what? Let's just drop the other one. Let's see if they, and niggas are hating on it.
I had a homie hit me up about
Yeah.
like having them, but I was like, nah, I ain't really want to get them. I had no idea how like rare / like what you call it. I was sick. I was sick when I realized like, oh, I probably should have been like, hell yeah. He was lineman for 180. Yeah, he was good because he has a
Damn.
discount. He worked at JD.
What's the resale on them?
I have no idea. At
Wait,
this point.
for those?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like
Yeah,
retail
'cause
right now.
Those was the boxes. Those was the box with this picture on it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's
Bro,
hard.
yeah,
It's
no, I'm
hard.
talking
I
shit.
just got them in today.
thinking
Like,
yes,
it's
you just got
hard.
'em?
Yes, today.
Oh,
It's hard
shit.
as fuck.
Damn.
You said
And
people hating on them because they
niggas
didn't have the
hating
wing
on it, bro, because it don't got the wing logo.
Oh, it has the Air Jordan.
Yeah, you see like the little wing logo on this shit.
Oh,
It don't-
okay.
it has the Air
It
Jordan
has like an
spelled
Air
out.
Jordan spelled out on it. Yeah.
And that's
Y'all
what makes it
bullshit.
special. And motherfucker, man, I don't like it. They should put it in the wing. I'm like,
He's always
You know how
complaining
I was
about
just
shit.
saying,
Yeah,
you know how shit is.
about a
Yeah.
couple months, them shit's gonna be like $500.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
These shit hard now. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
that's
stupid,
you
bro.
know that that's
They
exactly
complain
how it's
and,
gonna
and
be.
they're not even like realizing like the revival of like this whole sneaker culture is
Exactly.
happening now. So yeah.
These shoes
Another
right
one.
here.
Niggas got shot over this shit.
Bro.
Crazy,
I
really?
hate
Yes. So it was a mall in Louisiana. They dropped these shoes. Basically, those are based
Wait,
off.
you're serious?
I'm dead ass. Oh,
That's
you
why I
think I'm
laughed
playing.
at first. I was like, oh, nigga, wait, no,
Yes.
someone got shot?
Bro, I'm thinking you're
Motherfuckers got
bullshit.
shot over this shit, jumped over this shit. Like,
Jump.
if you were online, everybody in Chicago, oh yeah, we finna get these fives, get these fives. Everywhere, everybody, you can't get the shoe, bro.
Did you get them?
I got them, but off a go.
All the shoes.
Yeah, I got 'em.
Yo, those are actually.
I got them,
Those
but
are-
you can't.
I like those.
You can't
Those
go
are
to the
nice.
store and get them bitches. Like they're all sold out.
I don't remember when's the last time I got like a new pair of fives. I used to be stuck on fives growing up because I
Bro,
remember
yes.
you with
Stuck
them
on
fire
fives.
reds.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
You
these.
did. You
I
used to
would
stuck
get
on
those
fives.
if I could.
Hell
Like
yeah.
Beautiful.
with the white laces, it's so
Those are nice.
Yep,
Yeah.
those are based off the PEs that Michael Jordan wore because he put the white laces in his shit. So.
Yeah,
they
I had
came- they went
them.
crazy.
Was it the metallics?
Yeah,
I
you
had
had
the
them.
metallics
Yeah,
growing
you
up. I
had
had
them.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I wonder why that looks so familiar. So how did they get shot?
Yeah, like
Wait, I'm about to say we're not about to get
over
back.
that.
Wait,
Like, oh, that's not the shoe though, but like, what happened?
Okay, so I'm assuming that everybody lining up and shit, and then maybe a size that somebody else wanted was gone because the nigga in front of him might have got
Just
the
like,
last size.
stupid shit,
just
bro.
shit like
Just
that.
like,
Get the shoe. No, you're not getting the shoe. Then niggas
How did you
crazy.
How'd you find out
Crazy.
about it? Like,
on Twitter.
oh my
on
god.
Twitter. You can
On
find
Twitter.
anything on Twitter.
Yeah.
There was some
hell
lady
Twitter.
screaming about it and shit. It was wild.
That's
bro.
wild.
That's
That's
crazy.
terrible, bro.
And yeah,
Horrible.
hopefully
Man,
they.
hopefully, I was gonna say, hopefully they
Bro.
survived. Hopefully, man,
Hopefully
we can't be
everyone's good.
fighting like black community. We can't be fighting over this.
Can't
shit,
be
bro.
fighting over no
We
fucking
can't be
shoes,
fighting over no
bro.
fucking shoes. Bro.
Nah,
Come
not no
on.
shoes.
We got
Especially
dope. We
shoes,
got
bro.
StockX.
Yeah,
we get
like, come on, bro.
You,
Like,
of course, you're gonna pay a little resale, but
with everything going
It's-
on
it's-
right now, yeah.
gotta
That's
be-
the least of our
that's
Too
problems.
much.
it
Yeah.
literally.
You right. That ass. I feel like, and then it creates not even a narrative. It just creates like a stigma with everything as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in that regard. Like I feel like especially being involved in that whole like legal process, especially as a black person, even if you because the moment it is over something like shoes, you know there are people
fucking
who are
shoe. Nigga, you're in
paying bread
jail
out
for,
here
like-
to capitalize off that and paint people in a certain way because of that.
Right.
And I understand like the cultural, like the deep, like even the sneaker culture and
Yeah,
everything, but that's never been meant
It's
to be
not.
part of
Yeah,
it.
no, we not.
Niggas
I
going to
do-
jail for
I
like
hate-
15, 20 years over some
Yeah.
fucking shoes, my nigga.
Speaking of 20-year jails,
20.
20
year jail.
we know a black man who just ducked it.
Man,
fucking
when I
weed.
thought,
ASAP?
bro, he said this shit, and I just started screaming through the crib.
I'ma tell you.
'cause I thought he.
I'm gonna tell you. I thought he was
Ah!
playing. So at this point, I think I was like falling asleep.
Yeah.
I'm knocked out. I hear him screaming in the bathroom like usual.
Like
Yo,
was
I'm laying
wild,
down.
bro.
I'm like, fuck. No, don't
No,
come in
yeah,
here, bro.
because
So, yeah.
keep in mind, like it had been popping up on my feed, stuff with ASAP Rocky been all over my feed. I'm like, we all know, and this is like Allen's like one of Allen's favorite rappers, and like he
Yeah.
does fashion, like this is like this
Yeah.
nigga. So I go on my phone, I open up, I see Complex 2 minutes ago. I said, what? I like yelled through the crib. I said, this is not real,
Yeah,
right? I walk out my room, and what did I say?
Bro, I'm knocked out. I'm like, what up, bro? He's like, ASAP Rocky just beat it. Bro, I sit up. You would have
said,
forgot. What? He said, what? He ran out the room. Nigga, what? You would have thought he was going to jail or something.
Nigga,
I'm free. Some shit, yeah. So he come out.
Bro.
So we're like, bro, there's no way he beat. I'm not believing it because in my head, I'm like, there's no way Rocky's beating this.
Bro.
man.
You were on camera.
On
cam.
Jesus, every time I seen a headline ASAP Rocky in court, I'm like, oh yeah, he's good.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you're fried.
He was. I
Every
remember.
time I
I seen
seen
a
it.
clip. I remember. I seen a clip. He was wearing like his fit or whatever, and I ended up seeing a bunch of stuff about his fits. But I seen like a clip. He was walking out. The paparazzi like interviewing him. They asked him about some stuff.
Nigga was
like
mushing
Kendrick.
people.
He
Get
was
the
like,
fuck
yeah.
out.
He was like, yeah. No, all glory to God. Let's keep the peace. I said, this nigga's going to jail.
I was
This
like,
is crazy.
going
They
to
showed me the video. I was like, he's going to jail.
Bro,
But no, because I was like, how did he like get out of this?
Yeah.
And-
So.
You
Yeah,
wanna read it out?
I can like give a little brief overview because
Okay.
law. I love law, and I was genuinely like intrigued the moment I seen it. What happened? So basically, what ended up happening? Well, first of all, we can play the moment where he found out about it. 'Cause
So this is the clip of him
I
finding
gotta
out
see
not
him,
guilty.
bro.
So, yeah.
I gotta see him getting that acquit. Dick! Legs is in the air, bro.
So yeah,
Jumped over the pew.
jump to Rihanna.
So,
I mean,
Nigga,
Let's be real.
I mean, if you got Rihanna on your side, I'm jumping to
No, I know what he's finna
Let's
say.
be real. You're that ecstatic. You
Nigga,
jump
you
into your
guilty.
wife. Nigga, you did it. You shot. Nigga.
You did it.
You did it.
Nigga was surprised.
Right,
So-
he said,
I'm free. Yeah.
word.
But no, sorry. But you can give the details on
so what ended up actually happening was the jury could have like decided he was not guilty based on either he fired blanks from like a prop gun, which I think was the case. It was a prop gun that he ended up firing. I'm not sure if it actually was the case. Or that it was self-defense, which is something I brought up. I was like, they might argue it's self-defense. We were like, how the fuck are they gonna get out of this? Because we knew you have good lawyers, but like it's very
Like,
hard
on
to beat
camera.
like, it on camera,
Walking him down.
And then it was either self-defense or they could just prove that the prosecution didn't like prove it enough, and there could be doubt. Apparently, what ended up happening was the footage that showed it actually happening on camera was like really small and like non-definitive. Two, apparently the bullet like grazed his knuckle, so it wasn't like he got shot in the side and then it was like undeniable like like, yeah, something happened.
They
And
could've
then
been like, oh, you scraped your knuckles on the ground type.
and then the other thing being, they found texts from the dude that Rocky was alleged to have shot or whatever.
Is that
And
really?
this nigga was talking about, I'm more interested in getting the bread than like seeing him get
Oh,
prosecuted.
Like, you're
Come the fuck on, bro.
Why?
Yo,
What are you
shout out Rocky.
doing? Now, yeah, like,
Shout out
so,
Rocky.
like
Shout
you
out
can see me.
Shout out
Drop that album.
Hold on.
I thought I'd probably
I'm talking
die
about
in
them looking in the
prison.
camera. Rocky, if you don't drop Don't Be Dumb in 3 months, I will see to it you get 15 years. That was no, because he's been teasing this album for like a year now.
Yeah, now you just like
Yeah.
walked off your case. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can see the sides of everything. It's like if you're ASAP Rocky and you got Rihanna and now you got your kids and you beat the case, you get to go back home. I know he's living it up. But if this dude who was genuinely terrified, like after like this dude like popped off and allegedly shot at him, why are you? You just threw your whole case out the window. All your entire
I'm thinking
attempt at
about
getting
the
justice.
bread,
cooked.
bro.
It's like Cook.
Yeah,
Completely.
because I think
Fuck.
Rocky's lawyers were arguing that like he's a liar and he's like narcissist. He just want bread. That which you in 4K
I mean,
saying
shit,
that,
hey.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like
4K.
damn.
Yeah, but end up getting found not guilty.
Shout out.
He's free.
And he
but
was
we
fleeing the
have to
entire
talk-
time while doing it.
We have to talk about the fits through this whole process.
Yeah,
Look,
it was
this is
it
Oh,
was
that
so
nigga prison
wild to
sharp
me
right there.
because the way that they were describing it to me was saying like this man finna go to jail, and every time I
No.
see him pop out, this man.
yeah.
Please.
And you know what's so
Every
crazy?
time.
God damn.
I'm like, at least like you got that shit.
I'm
on.
trying. At least you gonna be in it.
No.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, they gonna put him in an orange jumpsuit. That
Hell
ain't
no.
doing
That
ain't
ain't
that
hell
ain't
no.
him.
Here's the funny thing about Rocky. I felt like the crazier the case got, the crazier
The
his fit
fit
got.
got, yeah.
Like I'm gonna beat this, right? This whole fit is YSL head to toe, right?
Damn.
With the trunk, I see
Yes,
the trunk.
With the
that's
briefcase.
a Goyard trunk.
Yeah, I see it.
So,
Goyards?
yeah,
Yeah.
Goyard.
Like
but
15.
peep this. This is the picture when he denied the plea deal. Yes. This is
That's
like
the
that
P
fit.
word?
Yeah, this
on
is that
this
outfit.
Sherlock
Yeah.
shit. In that long
Right,
ass
Sherlock
yeah.
Holmes.
But the
ass
fit is
nigga.
fine.
Nah, fit
like
stupid.
over 10 bands. So
Damn,
like,
now
it's
that he
hard.
Yeah.
denied that plea deal, he's gonna look like that nigga.
Yeah.
'Cause keep in mind,
Yes.
there's a lot of people who got popped in like hip hop culture for like snitching or for like doing XYZ. This man denied a plea deal and then walked from
and
the
then
case.
walk.
You know what it reminds me of
Fly,
when like
bro. Crazy.
in the new Joker movie when he was like going to trial and he's like in like I feel like that'd be like him walking through the city.
Yeah, that's like his walk-
like yeah, like on some chill.
Because
Bro,
like,
he look
like,
cool,
I'm
bro.
beating this shit.
You
So
look
yeah,
cool.
go to the second fit right here.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's it. Yeah.
That boy prison ready right there.
Prison ready is
Crazy.
Prison ready.
Prison
That's
ready.
that's a
hard.
hard ass
fit,
fit.
yeah.
That's a
That's
calm
hard.
fit.
The
I'm
trench
fit.
over it.
Hell yeah.
Tough.
I feel like he knew the entire time, like, nigga, I'm
He did.
like,
No,
I'm
he had
good.
to have known, like,
I'm
yo,
straight.
I'm beating this
Yeah.
and shit. I'm
That
dressed like I'm gonna
explains
beat
like
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the amount of niggas are gonna try to pull these fits off too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
bro.
crazy.
His
And you know-
name has just like tripled.
Completely, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
like, tripled
thing, the
immediately.
funny and the crazy thing about Rocky is like this whole process was damn near promo because he's like a part of Bottega, like through like their whole processes, and he wore Bottega and he wore YSL, and through like all those like in the fashion world, they were all talking about, wait, is Rocky doing something with YSL? Like, do we know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like
crazy.
promo
That's
as
crazy.
it's happening.
That's
Nigga
Yeah.
clip farming on his way to
Clip
jail.
Literally
during
on
the
his
trial.
way, on his way to
Crazy.
prison.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's
So
insane.
this was my
That's
favorite.
hard. I like that. I like that.
Fire.
Bro,
Yeah.
Rocky
Rihanna, is that Rihanna in the
Yeah,
back?
it is.
Yeah,
That-
he's
W.
different,
Crazy.
bro. Rocky's
Different,
so
bro.
different with the shit that he like puts on
When it
and
comes-
the way
yeah.
he puts it on. Especially his image as well. Like as a black man, he got the braids. You're not seeing people that look like Rocky just like throw on
Having braids like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw on the cashmere trim.
Hell no.
You don't, no. And then especially as a black man, you don't see a lot of black celebrities putting on like
Yeah,
suits
shit
like
like
that.
that,
They don't
yeah.
really
They
like.
get the little bomber jacket, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it nice and
He's definitely that's a person
That
who
boy
has
different.
kind of pioneered a lot of the culture when it comes to fashion for rap and put on.
You
for
can
a
see
lot of
what
people
stuff is
constantly.
like shifting. Like even
yeah.
there's I seen a picture that I have saved because of the fit. It was from I think Joey Badass, and he had like a similar like suit with the trench or whatever. And it's like they're like the way people
Influence.
dress and
No.
present themselves
Yeah.
is completely
I was
shifting.
going to ask you, do you think in your own, since obviously you're a fashion designer, do you think your own style that like he has bled into your style as well?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Like he's definitely like inspired me to kind of change it up. I'll see like the thing with Rocky is he'll have like this business wear, but then he'll have the streetwear, and like kind of how he mixes it is so creative. Like you don't see it like kind of like, you know how I do the bandana shit? Like I kind of got that from him, and like how you kind of mix different things. And that's like really influenced my style, and not only that, but my design language.
I would say this as well. I feel like Rocky is one of the people that like I didn't even know was like, I knew obviously like, okay, he could put that shit on, but like, how did he even get like started into that shit coming from where he came from?
So,
like quickly, obviously.
yeah, quickly, yeah. And, you know, he was from Harlem, and he was with some of his ASAP boys, and this was like before ASAP. So what they would do was they would go into stores, and this was before like skinny jeans was a thing, like anywhere, to be honest. So they would go into stores, and they would steal women's jeans, but they would fit skinny on them. Yeah, they would.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
They would steal women's jeans and they'll have them on. They fit tight. And it was like, why they got these skinny jeans on? And like, because no one had seen that at the
And
time.
you're in Harlem.
Yeah, and you're in Harlem. You're in New York.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Dang.
and they're stealing all this shit, and they putting on like Raph Simmons, and mind you, Raph Simmons is not a thing in New York like that, at least to like hip hop at all. So they're putting these on. They're like, who the fuck are these people? So then that's kind of how it like started.
And then
with
it
the
just
fashion
started
shit.
at- yeah.
And then they
Crazy.
kept putting on over and over, making trends. They end up influencing houses. They got deals with houses. They did collections. So like, yeah, that whole kind of
crazy.
influence.
Would
Yeah.
you say like is Rocky like one of the first instances of like, you know, rappers like partnering up with like different stylists and getting like that look down packed? Because there's a lot of like different stylists that I haven't even heard of that are like behind a lot of this shit, or is it just him that like will like put the shit together? Obviously he a rapper, he got bread, so he probably do have like, a stylist.
Yeah, he does have a stylist, but I think they probably like work together more because he could put the shit on himself, but his stylist is crazy. Like his stylist will work for like Bottega, like all different types of houses. Yeah,
Oh, is that something you'd want to do? I'm just curious.
styling.
Yeah, like
for
like
sure.
that would be.
I
feel
think
like that would be
especially like recently how much fun I've been having with it. Yeah, I would definitely do it.
Oh yeah, I can see you do that.
that would be cool.
But talking about styling, let's
Yo.
see the picture. Timothy Chalamet out of nowhere has been putting this shit
Timothy
on.
Chalamet out of nowhere has become like one of the
coolest
coolest,
white
like
boy.
the coolest white boy.
We rocking with Mark because Mark rocking with us, nigga.
Oh, God.
I fuck with him. Nah, he's
Yeah,
cool as
no,
shit.
I definitely
You
fuck
putting
with
that shit
Is
on.
that
too.
that's
He
an
had
all
the-
pink fit?
He
Yeah,
went,
little
he
Valentine.
went
That's
from
hard,
like
bro.
the
That's
pretty
hard.
boy in acting to like actually like dressing and putting that shit on.
I feel like
Yeah.
you know what's weird about him, bro. When I first heard about him, it was because they was making little thirst trap edits about him on TikTok. And shit.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, like some white boy. He just what I'm saying, whatever. I seen him with Kendrick the other day. What the fuck
Yeah,
is
for the
happening?
Super Bowl
I'm like,
promo.
yo, he didn't like completely
Wait, that was the nigga that did the interview with Kendrick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was him,
yeah. I'm like, bro, he didn't completely 180'd his style from like, okay, I'm thinking like preppy, like
Yeah,
high fashion, like white boy to like not like anything less, but just like he a part of the
Expanded
culture
his
now.
style.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he didn't like
Crazy.
it expanded his palette almost. It's so cool to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, no, completely. And this picture right here is they're at a Berlin film festival, and this is the premiere of their movie. It's called A Complete Unknown. It's like about I think his name is Bob Dylan. It's kind
Yeah,
of
Bob Dylan, the folk singer.
So on this, he has a all pink chrome hearts outfit, like
That's
chromed
chrome?
out. Yeah, that's chrome.
Yeah.
Chrome
it's
tank
Even
top,
the Timbs,
chrome
yeah.
jacket, chrome Timbs,
Yeah,
chrome
chrome
jeans.
Timbs.
Yes, all chromed out.
Beater chrome.
Whoa,
with
Yeah,
like,
and then he had,
math on
and then
that
he had
shit.
this pink like Cartier watch, and it was like I think it was like 10 bands. And I think the coolest thing about this outfit is it's Valentine's Day.
yeah.
So
yeah.
That's
So this-
hard. No, that's
yeah, this was
crazy.
trending everywhere.
Yeah, that was
killed
and I
that
think
shit.
Yachty ended up
Killed it.
like hitting him up and was like, yo, he a drip guide or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He be putting that shit on.
He do.
Nigga.
This
He
fit,
putting
that
shit
is
on.
hard,
this fit is
bro.
insane. It's a have y'all ever heard of Telfar? Like the Telfar
Yeah,
bags?
yeah.
Yeah,
My
that's
girl
a
got, like,
Telfar.
6,
Hella.
7 fucking stuff.
They love that shit. Yeah.
I fought with Telfar.
That's a
Hell yeah,
that's a
they
Telfar jacket. He has an Arterex beanie, and he got some True Religion jeans on. So it's like, yo, he's putting that shit
putting
on.
that shit
yeah.
That nigga putting that shit on. That
Yeah.
looks
Putting that
good
shit
as hell.
on.
That's crazy.
Even the Telfar bag is kind of crazy. Telfar's a black-owned business as
like-
well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like that's kind of
Them
crazy.
bags.
Nice. Completely. Yeah, let's see.
rocking with Mark.
You rock
That
it.
Got the
Hard.
bait.
Hard.
Yeah,
That's hard.
Hard. It's
I
a
like the way he had the bear in there.
yeah, it was
Not the bear,
cool.
but the monkey. Chill.
I
was-
fuck with like the fact that like he's as like a high profile actor and he just go around just like weak that shit on. It doesn't even have to be like super formal all the time. That nigga just
They don't
Got the
wear
shit on.
like
They don't wear shit like that in
it
the
is.
industry.
Yeah, they don't wear shit like that
They
when you're
all
at
got
that level,
suits on
especially
and
like
shit.
Yeah,
when
at
you're in
all.
movies like Dune and shit like that. You're not wearing shit
You're not
like
doing it. But that kind of goes back to the case in point with Rocky is like you had that pioneer of someone who could mix match. Like you
Yeah.
can go business wear with street, and you can make it more normal in the sense of like, oh, I didn't know you can mix those two. Let
feel-
me
yeah.
do that.
I think
Or
I feel like
if
that's
get
why
out-
he's trending a lot, is because that's different. Like, you
Yeah,
don't
it's
feel
like
that.
completely different. Yeah.
I think somebody the black community completely thought would be there is like a Tom Holland type of person. But like,
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
Tom Holland. He
Tom
cool,
Holland,
he
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
I like
Chris
Tom
is
Holland.
cool.
But like, yeah, Timothy Chalamet is like, when it comes to them fits.
And that's the jacket. I think the owner of this brand, I don't know how to pronounce. It's called like Munwala. It's like in New York. I think it's a black-owned brand.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Damn.
crazy.
Bro, there's a
That's
whole
my
bunch of
jacket.
brands that I need to know about.
He screwed up
nah,
a lot
shout out-
more
It's
than
a
I'm
lot.
gonna be
It's a
broke
lot
by
of creative
tomorrow. I
people.
swear to
Yeah.
God, I am.
And
That
the
shit
reason
hard.
why his whole kind of style has changed because, like, you know, we didn't know him as this person that dressed. He's had multiple different stylists. The stylist he has now, her name is Taylor McNeil, I think, and she like completely changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And even like it's been going crazy because a lot of his outfits have been connecting with the youth because a lot of the youth know those type of brands.
Yeah.
So it's been going crazy. She's honestly, she did shit for Kendrick too.
Yeah,
She
isn't
styled
it?
Kendrick for the Super Bowl.
Because I was wondering,
Merchant,
I was
yes.
wondering how the hell like Timothy Chalamet ended up in the GNX with Kendrick when it came to like that, and I was like, I didn't know that they had like the same
Right,
style.
I'm-
That's
Yeah.
so cool. She did the Super Bowl fit too.
Yeah, she did a Super Bowl fit. They had got a custom jacket from Martin Rose, the designer that he usually fucks with. They
That's
had that,
tough.
yeah, and she styled him there. She honestly styled him also for the GNX cover.
That's crazy.
Yeah, styled him for that.
Damn.
Yeah,
Stylist of the year.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no,
because,
she's been
because
crazy.
the year that Kendrick has had has been ridiculous. We talked about the nigga last podcast,
Bro.
and I didn't want to.
Nut
went
shit has
crazy.
happened
I'm on
since then.
Kendrick is my favorite artist of all time, and I didn't even want to talk about bro this podcast, but the shit is getting wicked.
Shit's
Before
getting wicked.
we talk about the Super Bowl, let's begin with the beef is now front and center again, not because anything overt happened, but because, you know, they're going to be, Drake and Kendrick are going to be forever linked. And Drake just dropped an album on Valentine's Day, a collab album with Party Next Door.
Baby girl.
baby girl. Let me see your twirl.
It broke records. I think it was the biggest R&B album, like debut on Apple Music. It broke that record. What were y'all thoughts about the album? I have my thoughts.
We know your thoughts.
It's a 3v1 on this bullshit. Go
Nah,
ahead.
okay, I think to be completely honest with you, because I don't even want to get into a Kendrick thing, but to be completely honest with you, I think it was a cool album. I think it honestly exceeded my expectations. I thought it was gonna be ass. I told you coming into it, I
you
was like,
did.
I'm not excited for this album because I feel like it was a little too quick. One, two, it's a Party Next Door album. I don't really fuck with Party like that, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see it. I thought it did really well, and I thought it was pretty cool. I give it like a cool 7.7 out of 8 or out of 10.
Yeah, I think it's cool too, bro. It's like it's for people that really are in relationships or
I
they
said that.
or have dealt
Say that.
with women before. You really gonna like that album.
I said that. I'm
But-
like, if you like thinking about a girl while listening to it, you like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
shit
because
kind of
I'm in the kitchen
Let's
listening to
see
it. I'm
it
looking at my girl
now,
shit. I'm
you
like,
know what I
okay,
mean?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
I
vibe.
get the feeling.
I don't think Kendrick doesn't have the capabilities to
Oh
make
my
a CN Tower. I'm gonna be so real.
CN Tower's hard.
He doesn't have the capability of Spider-Man,
Christ,
Superman.
here
I'm gonna
we
be
go.
so
Oh,
real.
good
I'm gonna be real.
God.
That album was
Yeah.
amazing. My goat's back.
Yeah. I'll
you're
say,
losing it.
yeah, I
Hold
thought
on.
it was.
What you rate? What you rated?
Nah, bullshit aside, I rate it like a 7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
pretty
said
much
8
7.
before, but I think I'm gonna lower it down to like 7.4 because there's some songs on there he could have just kept that shit.
Yeah.
like the Spanish song that he had.
Good God, never do that shit again.
That
What are we
shit
talking?
ass.
AB.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let me. So the reason why, right? I'm gonna get an album. I started off as a 6. I think I'm at like a 5. And the reason why I'm at a 5 is because like it's cool. It's one of those albums. I feel like it's another Drake album that I could let play. I feel like even if the
Right.
Spanish song comes on, if I'm not like paying too much attention, I don't care. It's just like
I'm
playing.
skipping that shit
off.
But however, like aside from that shit, aside from like the like mindset, like obviously being in a relationship and everything that like it goes with Valentine's Day, aside from that, I feel like there's just moments on the album. I feel like it's a collab album where I think Drake and Party are better separate. Like I think they have their strongest
Yeah.
moments on the albums apart.
That's what I was
point.
thinking too. They should have
and
had
a lot-
like separate
yeah.
songs on there.
And I feel like the heavy auto tune when it comes to like the singing is Party style because he does that all the time.
Nah, Drake
and I feel like
style.
I don't like that one song, that really pop song where Party does the hook. I forgot. It's like a really upbeat.
Die Trying. Yeah.
I think it's that one. Like I feel like I want more like a natural Drake singing voice on that song, or somebody singing it like naturally. But like the fact that the guitar in it doesn't go with like the auto tune for me, it's like really heavy.
I really like that song.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like there's a few songs, there's a few moments on there where I like genuinely I do fuck with him. But like I think for the most part, it's just like I'm looking forward to what he does next, but I don't think that was like a hit for me, which is the first time this happened to me for like a Drake album in a while. Like
I think that, but I think.
I mean, yeah, obviously. No. Honestly, never mind. I didn't like that shit either.
I was gonna say. I think like, especially with the beef though, I think it's just like if you were already like in the middle, like after that with the beef, and then he drops this. That's why I would say like it wasn't great because it's like it completely. I could see why you would feel that way after everything, and then he drops it. It's like, and then. The fucking week Kendrick just had. Like, Jesus Christ.
Before we even get to that, so the album dropped. I started seeing a bunch of fan theories about it because people were like questioning like the numbers it was doing. I think it said like first and second day it was like on par doing similar to like For All the Dogs or something like that. And then a bunch of like Drake stans on the internet were like, well, it's not doing that good because they suppressing his streams because UMG.
It did 250 in a week. I think
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, what did y'all
That's
expect?
a lot for
What did
especially
y'all
getting off a
expect?
beef.
I feel like even like the Drake dick writers, what did you thought it was gonna do like 500K?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They actually did. So
bullshitting.
when it did
Yeah,
less,
y'all
it's like, all right, cool. We don't have like the final like numbers in, and I'm pretty sure some of them. I don't know if anything's gonna go number one. I think a couple of the songs are like 4 or like something like that. It's gonna be on the charts regardless. It's a fucking Drake album. But I seen people saying that. I also seen that Drake. If we go to the next picture, Drake liked like a post that Act
Did see
reposted where someone was like, "Oh, I went on Spotify,
Bro.
and they not even showing none of Drake or Party on none of the playlists or whatever. They're everywhere on that thing.
They're
Let me say this though.
They're like everywhere.
Let me say this though. For all the people that'd be like, "Oh, y'all reading too much into it. He can't like a post." Hell fucking no. You're Drake. You cannot
just
can't go
like-
around
no.
liking shit
That's
like
that.
that.
That's what
You're
she's been
celebrity.
doing.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You're a celebrity, so you can't be like, oh, it was just like no.
So
You're
he
a celebrity.
popularized-
We know what the fuck.
bro.
you're
People was
doing.
like, oh yeah, he gonna make the case now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
You're
you're
angry about that
bullshitting.
whole narrative of like him saying like the music industry is against him. I'm like, you
been
you
the
make
music.
your money, you make your label money. So why would they want to suppress you? That makes no
like
sense.
that's what it is. I feel like the reason why I have an issue is because there's so many steps that are taken that are like illogical as fuck that have made it so like it's a win-win. So if he drops and it doesn't do the numbers you think, well, it's because they suppressing him because look, his music label. But if it does do good, it's like, oh, this shit y'all can't take him down. Da-da-da. So it's like, but you have to realize no one's gonna be suppressing Drake on his label with an album that he dropped when they need to make bread on that album
it's a
doing
couple.
and you're
Exactly.
on contract and they
Yeah.
want an album from you.
yeah. But
I genuinely, as a Drake fan, like I feel like I'm fans of both, but I feel like primarily like before the last maybe like 3 years, I was more of a Drake fan. I would say, bro, just take the album for what it is.
Yeah.
It's a cool ass album, a collab album. I didn't expect the nigga to break 18 records. I didn't expect it to be a GNX versus
nor did
sexy
and
song.
nor did I
Just
want
take- why we don't stop making that comparison, then you're gonna get blown the fuck out.
Yeah.
And nor did I want like many of the antics from it because I know we seen after the Super Bowl thing like some like he was putting pictures of like people like it was something with like Serena, something with Joe Budden, like a girl on the podcast or whatever that he was like being really cryptic out, sending messages out. People were clowning him because they're like, you got all this smoke for the women, but you don't got no smoke for people like Kendrick. But like I don't know, I don't know what you do.
I wouldn't say that 'cause
I don't know what
they
you
beefed. Like you can't say that when he dropping.
Yeah,
songs
it was just weird. The
got
messaging
smoked,
going back and
but
forth.
He didn't-
Yeah,
but he didn't have to say that one thing about that girl. in that
Melissa
song.
Ford?
Yeah.
Why not?
yeah,
Like why?
yeah.
I-
It's one of
ain't gonna lie.
it's one of the.
I
No,
say
you
this,
want to know what it is?
You're Drake, and you're already.
I feel like it's because I feel like one of the things is like you can't be like fuck a rap beef. I'm trying to get the party lit.
And
You
then
can
make
you
another-
instigating the beef, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Stop.
I say
Like,
that.
yeah.
That's the only why. Like, okay,
Yeah.
let's not beef. Maybe in this one. Maybe the next one. Maybe in this one. Let's chill. I will say though, fuck Joe Budden. I ain't gonna lie.
Joe Budden be weird.
Bro, he be on dick. He always
Yeah.
been on.
He on dick.
Him and Drake have like a
on dick,
decade.
but, like,
That's their
Drake
own
got
shit.
Adonis. Why are you beefing? Go to your kid.
But that's their own
True,
shit.
they both 40.
I'm not sure
Both
what.
y'all
Yeah,
old
yeah.
ass
old as
down,
hell,
bro.
bro. Hey.
I'm not
God
sure
damn.
what you're supposed to do in this scenario because I didn't even predict Kendrick having like the week in the stuff he's had. Kendrick recently became the only artist, like the only rapper I'm pretty sure in history to debut 3 solo albums in the top 10. Like not debut, but like have them in the top 10 at any point.
Crazy.
Like at the same time.
Jesus
So yeah, number 1 was
Christ.
GNX, 9 being Damn, and 10 being Good Kid, Mad City. Because he did the Super Bowl, and now everyone's going back to his catalog.
exactly.
Like, holy shit.
Who is this nigga?
And I'm
Yeah.
and I'm case in point. Literally after Super Bowl, you played To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
just,
me too.
I have
Yeah.
like,
Please
I'm
do.
in the car like, what is this melody? Like, I'm like losing.
That's why it's so
Feeling a
crazy.
sensation.
That's why it's so crazy because you don't usually see like a conscious like rapper like being this mainstream. He just surpassed the 100 million streams for the
only
first,
rapper
only
to do
rapper
it,
to ever
bro.
do that.
Crazy.
Yes,
That's
with the
nuts.
Weeknd and like
That's some nut,
Yeah.
bro. If I'm Kendrick, bro, I'm just you're
Kick your feet up.
Bro,
like
I-
who goes to Weeknd and
yeah,
Kendrick
it's
on
like,
it,
bro, you just
I truly think hating gets you far. After seeing him, hating got him to the Super Bowl.
And
I'm
the thing
to
is,
lock
look,
the fuck in.
The thing is, bro didn't even say nothing. All he just dropped tweet. Hey, link.
Every
Link.
time. That's the thing is
Link.
like you
He
compare
didn't
like
say
you compare the
nothing.
online
Link.
game that like Drake was playing where he's like, oh, these niggas ain't got nothing
He
to
let
drop.
the
Every
music
time
speak for
Kendrick
him.
drop, he linked to
he let
Euphoria.
the
Link.
music
And I
speak
like
for him. That's all
Exactly.
it was,
bro.
And
Let
and
the
then he
music
got all the
speak.
way to the Super Bowl with that. The Super Bowl was the most watched Super Bowl halftime performance of all time, beating Michael Jackson by like 100,000 or something like that.
That's
Nah,
fucking
oh wait,
insane.
yeah,
Keep in
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
no
no,
rapper.
yeah.
133.5 million to 133.4.
He's not an R&B
Yeah.
artist.
No.
Yeah, not
He's
an
not an
R&B
R&B
artist.
He's a
Crazy.
rapper.
Rapper.
A rapper.
More than Mike Jack.
Rapper.
Yep.
Shout out.
And he-
black.
and he-
black.
Black
as
rapper.
well.
And he went on that Super Bowl and he didn't just do like perform the hits. I made a video breaking down like the Super Bowl performance, but he didn't just do that. He ended up like doing a story. Like he said in an interview right before it happened, he was like, what are you going to bring to the Super Bowl performance?
Niggas ain't
And he was
people.
like, storytelling. That's what I've always done. Da da da. He did it and people lost their fucking mind.
Losing it.
Like the criticism like it stretched from the reasonable, where it's like, okay, I understand he was trying to convey a message, but he could have played like his bigger like songs or more.
That's
aggressive
what
songs
I
to, like,
would
convey
do.
that. Which cool. That's I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I wish some of them got played like all right, like or the Black or the Berry if he would have did that shit.
I feel
That'd been hard.
I feel like for the message, he could have utilized certain
Yeah.
songs that would have fitted better. That's all I think.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that's fair. Then it got to the downright ridiculous. We had the right wing lost their shit about it. They
course
called
they
it
would. Knew
they
they
called
would.
it a DEI like performance, like all types of shit, which is just like
racist.
the
It's
N word.
like-
Say what the
you're
fuck
like
you want to
actually
say.
just racist.
At this point,
At
just
that
say it.
point.
Just say the
you might as
shit.
well just say it.
I seen this one thing. There were a couple things I wanted to get into. This dude Benny Johnson. He's like a right wing political pundit. I don't know if he has a podcast, but he has like 2.9 mil on YouTube or something. He tweeted, "Hey NFL, Trump won. We no longer need talentless, mumbling, pagan, satanic cultists to do halftime shows and pretend like people like it." That's Benny Johnson.
Can
Who the
Nigga
fuck?
look like he eats his own ass. What the fuck is he talking about? What the hell is wrong with this man, bro?
I did not think he was finna go there. That shit just threw me. I just killed it. Whoa. How do you do some shit
how
like
do you do that?
He looked like
Ask
he
him.
legs over his head?
Oh God.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
You know
we're
what
talking
be
about.
pissing me off about them? Like, I feel like we can't like anything. What do you mean Kendrick's a satanic cultist? What the fuck?
What does
I'm
that
pretty
mean?
sure he supports Trump.
Yeah, like, what was
We talking about a
Bro,
cult before a halftime.
I don't even want to get into it for real. But I be
Yeah.
hating the whole like, Trump's religious, Trump's a Christian.
Dude, on now.
We're bullshit.
We're bullshit. He didn't even put his
bro.
hand on the. We're not even gonna get to that
Oh, it's
because
the
you
whole-
want to know what made me so disappointed is that more than this, sometimes it even be your own people.
Your own people.
Because
bro.
he said this crazy shit, and I'm like, wow, there's a random talking about satanic, blah blah blah, and
No,
then
he's like,
and then I got on my phone and I saw this Jason Whitlock clip.
So Samuel Jackson sets the table. Hey, that song Squabble Up, that's too loud, that's too ghetto. Play the game. Don't be yourself. Yourself, they've defined as too loud, too reckless, and too ghetto. Squabbling, all that gang violence you guys do. White people think that that's too loud, too reckless, and too ghetto. They're racist. Don't they understand? This is just how we deal with each other.
Oh my
We
goodness,
squabble. We kill each other. We join
Whoa.
gangs.
What?
That's
Bro,
black.
we lost the plot.
We lost
He
the
lost
fucking
the
plot.
fucking plot.
completely.
Y'all sitting here, oh, at least there was no satanic messaging in this halftime performance. Are you kidding me?
Where was it?
What is the word
The
satanic
entire
mean
that's
anymore?
wait. No,
of
wait.
this deal was satanic. These paid off puppet Negro influencers, Samuel L. Jackson and Kendrick Lamar, they came out with a very satanic message. Oh, if you're not out here being loud, reckless, and ghetto, you're not really black. You're just doing what white people want you to do.
Good.
That's
Good
what
God.
this nigga was just
That's
getting
what-
at?
that's
Who
what
is
I'm
this? I've never
heard of him.
He's a black conservative, like news show, like live stream, whatever. He,
fuck.
Jeff Mead, but 59 years old.
Fuck.
Like
Oh,
the
no.
problem
First
that
of all,
I
nigga, satanic. What are we talking about?
what he's saying is satanic. Is the messaging that, from his perspective, is saying that like because he did. Like Uncle Sam telling him to chill out and not be like ghetto or whatever, and he's doing songs like Squabble Up and he's alluding to gang culture. He's like, oh,
That's satanic?
That's what you're saying is satanic because you're like, well, if
Bro.
you're not doing what the white people want you to do, why would the white people not want us to kill each other and join gangs? The purpose of the halftime performance was saying that like the American government created the environment for these things to happen, and then when it's brought to your face, it's unsightly. We don't want to see that. That's too loud. That's ghetto. That's not what America wants. America must have wanted it because y'all the reason why niggas are in gangs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what are we
Are
talking
you
about?
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
And we're
You're
as
the
a-
ones who contributed to it. You started that fire.
What the fuck? If you look into like the history of gangs, especially in Chicago, a lot of them started and were birthed in the civil rights era because police were so racist and obnoxious that they turned inward for community protection, and they couldn't engage with the broader like economic system because you're getting frozen out of jobs.
Talk about
You're
it.
hired nowhere because you're black. We turning all that shit away.
Talk about it.
So we're gonna do everything interior. We're gonna generate our own bread. How do we do that? Through stuff like illegal drugs, through stuff like trading guns and shit. That's not good. I
The
don't
stuff
wanna
that
see
they
that
put
happen.
there, by the
But-
way.
Huh?
The stuff that they put there, by the way.
Ronald fucking Reagan. We're not, but again, bad thing. But the way you solve that is not being like, you guys are doing that. That's a bad thing. We don't want to look at that anymore. No, you help them.
You helped. Yeah.
You do something. You're sitting here on a podcast as a black man.
You're sitting here saying he's satanic. He's a fucking puppet. Man.
Like
Bro.
black people are joining gangs just to what?
And, like,
I know people who have
So-
left gangs and remember, bro, I'm not gonna drop his name, but bro left and he had to like suffer for that shit because he wanted like that's not a shit that you just up in jail and up I'm out. No,
It ain't.
Yup.
It ain't like that.
It's not
For
that
sure, for
simple.
sure.
And what's so fucked about it, bro, and this goes back to like the whole conspiracy theories thing, because I feel like people go too far off to where they see something that like doesn't make them feel comfortable, and they're like, puppet. He's trying to put an agenda. He's trying to do like,
Illuminati.
bro.
Yeah, they just start saying
It's a
shit.
halftime performance that you are calling satanic. You're sitting there, you're fucking watching it. What are you like? What are you talking
Exactly.
about?
Wait, I'm about to say. Surely the answer would be to ignore the
satanic
message.
You're making
No,
a live
you're
stream, profiting and
consuming
directly engaging with that
Right.
satanic messaging.
It makes no sense.
I feel like it's because there's a lack of like critical thinking and thought in whatever you're talking about.
This nigga's dumb as hell.
We can't.
I'm calling it how it is. Buddy's stupid as shit.
Buddy's
talking about-
stupid as fuck.
Dumb as hell, bro.
Yeah, no, but
Fuck
I
outta
feel like
here.
that's one of those things where if you don't have the tools to understand what's in front of you, there's a reason why like the right wing tends to attack like art and like artistic expression because a lot of it be criticizing them. And if you don't have the tools to understand what's in front of you, you'll just be like, oh, it's satanic. You're a black
Yeah.
man. You don't even understand.
You don't even understand it.
what he was trying to get at.
I think
That's
that was. I think the one thing I thought about the entire time while watching all of the reactions of the Super Bowl is I'm like, like it makes me take a deep breath and like really step back and be like, y'all genuinely don't understand how deep this shit goes within America. Because if you could look at a halftime performance like that and think immediately it's satanic or well, I don't understand. It's DEI. He's bullshit. Not only are you already harboring like an internalized racism or self-hatred, depending on if you're black or white or whatever you are, you also you're not smart enough to even wrap your head around the amount of issues that are in this country, that are so
Exactly.
prevalent in this country, that on the biggest stage, it needs to be presented there, and you're sitting there bullshit.
because one of the
Don't even
core
get it.
aspects of being a black conservative is like telling yourself that none of that shit.
Yup.
Yeah, exactly.
And also,
You know
it's
what
the
I'm saying?
fact of like, I remember we would always talk about this. Why there's so many problems is because it's perspective. Like you would assume that Kendrick, a person who's from Compton, who's been through a lot of shit, who has seen gang violence, who was on the biggest stage, is telling you a story of like, yo, this is fucked up, and because he's been through it. Why would you go on a live like podcast to be like, oh, he's promoting gang violence? This is a person
Paid
who has
off.
been through
He
this.
Paid
said
off
these Negro
shit.
paid off actors.
If
Kendrick
you knew
Lamar is
anything about
from Compton.
I was gonna say, if you
From
knew anything
Compton.
about Kendrick Lamar, you probably wouldn't have said nothing.
And what he's been
Exactly.
trying to do, I played To Pimp a Butterfly for y'all. Since To Pimp a Butterfly, he realized his angle was to
Exactly.
like try to make peace in LA, try to end the gang violence because that shit is like destructive or whatever. That's someone who
Exactly.
sees that problem and chooses to do something about
That is the whole.
Even on Not Like Us, he tried to make it a whole thing of like uniting Compton. And it's the fact that
Blue
like
and red.
you could see that and you completely, especially as a black man, that he just sat up there and completely ignored everything
Straight-
he tried
straight
to
to
do.
Satanism.
No, straight to
And because
puppet master.
and those
Oh,
are the
this and
people that'll fall in line for other racist white people who try to make those same arguments, like people like Matt Gaetz, who Matt
Gaetz.
Matt fucking Gaetz, who they were trying
Oh,
to.
we share a name.
Oh my, yeah. I'm so sorry because what I'm about to say is wicked. First of all, this is the same dude who it was the House Ethics Committee was investigating, bro, like a while ago because of paying 17-year-olds for sex.
Bro.
Yeah, so there was a bunch of shit.
Hey.
Even like Venmo, they did like a web of connecting payments to like different people.
was Venmoing?
So
Bro,
like
look at his payment history.
all of
For
this
fun time, 15
yeah.
bands.
So all of these like allegations
What are you
and stuff
talking
that
about?
were all the allegations and stuff that were investigated and everything. When they came out, he like ended up stepping down, so he's not a representative like anymore. And he basically said that the halftime show was just like a response to the regime. It said it's the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men.
What room does he have to speak?
Look at the exit polling from 2021 and 2024 after the election. Guess what it was in 2020? It was 19% of black men like voted for Trump. Guess what it was in 2024? It was 21%. This historic gain of 2 whole fucking points caused the Trump administration to respond to the Trump administration
The information is right there, bro.
Whose regime is responding to the Trump's
It's not
president?
adding
Trump was
up.
at the Super Bowl.
Exactly. It's not adding up. They said he walked out the suite when.
Yeah, they said he was planning to leave when it started.
Yeah, when it started.
like,
Stupid,
Some
man.
shit. And
just-
one question I want to ask you, because we all know that like Kendrick Lamar is your favorite artist. How does it feel like seeing him? Because I know you were excited for him to get on the big stage because he's doing it himself. How does it feel that like he's gotten so much backlash? Because even the shit with like it was supposed to be Wayne, and then now to like now it's getting political in a sense.
It's
How does
been
that
very
feel?
it's been very weird because like it felt like when Not Like Us happened and like when the beef happened, it felt like there was this coalescing where it's like, oh, Kendrick really that nigga, and it felt like everyone had aligned. Like he's at the Grammys getting like celebrated, but like as soon as that happened, then it's like you see motherfuckers who are already established, like Lil Wayne, being bitter because they didn't get the halftime performance.
Bitter as hell.
And you're seeing all this shit happen. Then you see the Super Bowl, and I immediately knew, I was like, yeah, that's gonna piss like half the country off. Which,
did.
of course, it did. But it's just crazy to see like how you can see an artistic thing and you can know what's going on. It's not that hard to put together what bro was like trying to do. And there are some people who will just A, don't give a fuck, or B, will never get it. And that's one of the things of being like an artist. So it's kind of expected.
Do you think the outrage has contributed to anything that's happened in the office like after that? Because of how crazy shit has gotten since then.
I think there's maybe not the Super Bowl contributing to it, and that I think just in general, like the Super Bowl was a moment that let people know that like there's some form of resistance still alive and the people who are aligned with that. And then it was in the midst of this whirlwind of shit that's been going on for like on every different front, which is why something like that
Social
performance
media,
was so needed right now. And with that being said, we can transition into what the fuck was going on. The doom of the day
Doom of the fucking day.
being pretty much the surrounding context of everything that's been happening. We're going to talk about,
The axis of bullshit.
yeah, the axis of bullshit being Ye,
What's the-
Elon,
Oh.
and Trump.
Yay.
Let's go in chronological order.
Who the fuck
Yo,
wants to say?
somebody gotta take that nigga phone, bro.
Who wants to say?
Fuck
it?
his phone. Take his Chicago right.
Yeah.
Take everything.
Fuck his phone. Get
Bro,
him
you know
in a
what's-
house
you know
and
what's
just like leave.
I had because y'all know me with the tattoos. I had like on my sleeve, it was either gonna be on this arm or this arm, but I had the little like graduation bear, like gonna put the graduation. bear
Oh,
on
that
it.
would have been.
I
you
can't,
would've
bro.
been sick.
I would have
You
been
done
sick, bro.
You
Nah, I
done
can't,
sick.
bro.
It's so sad, like seeing him like lose his mind.
You
but
want to
we'll
know,
go
and
with that.
you want to. It's so sad because the parallel between Ye and Jason Whitlock is that they're both like useful idiots for race.
You want to talk? You want to talk about puppets?
You wanna
We can
talk about
puppets?
puppets,
because-
All the puppet.
Let's
The
talk
fucking
about
What
what
even Ye did.
what Ye's been on for like the past. It started with, well, I couldn't tell you where it started, but there's been this thing that Kanye's been doing in the public eye recently, where it's like, I'm just gonna be a contrarian and say the opposite of what people believe just to say it, and there can't be a good reason why everyone doesn't think you should be parading around saying that you're a Nazi. It's just that people don't want me to say it, so that means that there's a conspiracy against me.
No history. No.
Nothing. No, can't be bothered. He's a billionaire who could learn about this shit if he really wanted to.
You really wanted to.
But he chooses not to. He got on Twitter and had a meltdown.
Yeah.
Like he
Like,
is
one of the-
Didn't he tweet
bad.
for like 2, 3,
It was-
4 days?
It was one of
like
the craziest
2
things I've
Insane.
ever.
It was
Yeah.
like everyone's timeline is constantly blowing up
Yeah.
with the new insane shit that
I
that he
couldn't.
says.
I remember in the car, I couldn't fucking believe it. He had said this. He had said "fuck Virgil."
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, he
that
did.
there's-
Virgil
there's-
Abloh.
I didn't see
Virgil
that. I
Abloh,
didn't see that.
famous-
Virgil.
To those of you who don't know who
What?
Virgil Abloh is, Virgil Abloh was the creator. He was what the creative director of
Louis.
Louis Vuitton. He did Off-White
Off-White.
as well. Him and Kanye like came up together. Like
Yeah.
really, I remember I
both
read
from
it.
Chicago.
Both
yeah.
from Chicago. Virgil was a visionary. He has like everyone in the game respects him. He passed away due to cancer like a few years ago, and that was kind of like a moment that like I remember even like Drake mentioned it. Like Virgil's worked with and touched like the lives of, like
Virgil's
a lot of people,
Everybody.
everyone. The
Yeah.
whole
Like,
when he
yeah.
passed away, the whole culture was shocked because
Exactly.
everyone was saying, "Yo,
Sneaker
this
culture,
literally,
everything.
yeah." They were saying, "Look,
Everybody,
this
bro.
like." He was creative, but most of all, he was extremely kind to everyone. That's what everyone kept saying.
And
so
this
the fact that Ye had came out, because I remember last year Ye had came out because he wasn't invited to the funeral. He was like, "Man, I didn't even get to see like them like putting my best friend down and all this and that." And he
Yo,
was saying, "I
best
really
friend.
missing him." Yeah,
Yo, best friends
just
out
to
here.
see that he said "fuck Virgil" on a tweet, and I thought it was bullshit.
And that was
No.
and that wasn't the only.
That was like-
horrible.
that was like
that was like
the
on the
floor
scale
thing.
of bad.
Yeah, that was like the floor of what he
yeah,
said.
he goes on a Twitter tirade. He tweets, "I'm a Nazi. I love Hitler now. What bitches?" He called for the release of Diddy. He's like, "Free Diddy."
I seen that one.
Not
I'm
only
like, bro,
just
what the fuck?
he didn't say that about Diddy. Not only he went on his website and made a Diddy shirt and sold it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
During
he had
the-
like Sean John on it and
Yeah.
shit.
Yep. During the Super
Disgusting.
Bowl, he paid like $7 million, I believe, for 8 mil, 7 mil for like an ad where he's in a dentist chair and he's like, "Well, I spend all my money on this ad. Let's
same
go
shit last
go
year.
to Yeezy.com. Da da da. You go to the store. It's one shirt and it's a shirt with a swastika for $20. The
Insane.
NFL, first of all, accepted that
Oh, he's
bread.
lost.
First of all, yeah,
And didn't
accepting
check-
that
outta
bread
here.
is absolutely
wicked.
insane.
Yeah, you accepted that bread. You didn't check what the fuck he was going to do. He just did that in the Super Bowl, like Super Bowl ads, and did that was selling a swastika.
Not only
I would not
that-
be surprised. I would not be surprised if, like, within this climate of where America is, if we don't start seeing like very insane like commercials like very soon, like
Yeah.
with like Nazi propaganda,
you know,
with like
completely, yeah.
like I would not be surprised
It's
just because
so-
it's getting so fucking out of hand that they're they're allowing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Companies are allowed. Look
Yeah.
at fucking Target. Target came out and pulled their DEI initiatives. What
Target
we-
pulled their DEI initiatives while promising the shareholders that they were going to like maintain it, upkeep it. In 2020, we stand with,
Insane.
because their headquarters are in,
Right.
I believe, Minneapolis, which is where George Floyd was killed. So they're like, yeah, we're going to stand with it. They took it out. I go on the next day. I've had a screenshot of my phone because I was going to make a video for weeks. I come out and I tell this nigga Alan, I'm like, bro, there's no way in hell I just got an ad with a black baby on this cover for Target, and you niggas yesterday announced that you're pulling your DEI shit. And I'm pretty sure they're getting sued by
Yeah,
their
they are.
investors.
The
Yeah.
shareholders
Crazy.
are suing
Shareholders.
them.
Yeah.
I think a whole bunch of people boycotted.
Yeah, and I'm boycotting.
I'm
What
bullshit.
the-
They charge too much. You
Bullshit.
bullshit.
Yeah,
I go with it.
bullshit.
What the
I got the
fuck?
money, no.
Hell no.
Right.
Y'all
Going
bullshit.
Going
Y'all-
back to the
yeah.
NFL thing where like they just accepted his commercial, even with the fact of like he tweeted all that shit prior. So like you had more context to even be like, yo, I don't want to accept that. But the fact that they
just wanna
accepted
be
it,
He was in the
and then
news
you
for
see-
the shit, and then,
and then we
right.
just see this podcast where it's like, oh, Kendrick's this Satan. And it's like you're not even talking about the bigger problem at hand that the NFL just damn near promoted this Nazi.
Yeah.
But we're
mind
not
you.
really talking about that though.
But I'll say this though, in their defense, right? Different forms of media. That's TV, NFL. Okay, whatever. Cool. Fuck all that. Elon Musk is sitting here allowing it.
We're not even.
Owning it.
Yeah. So
You're
what
bullshit.
happened was Yeezy was taken offline by Shopify. He got sued by his agent, by his like representation or whatever, because and he got dropped by his representation.
Damn.
And he got sued by an employee of his because she's Jewish, and he was like texting her, telling her about like Hail Hitler. Like you were, So this is all alleged in the lawsuit that was filed. And what ended up happening was he started tweeting porn as well. And
Bro,
his account,
when I tell you,
yeah.
I open up. The only reason why I use Twitter is for sneaker releases. I open up my phone because I get a notification. Hey, the fucking phone pods are gonna drop soon, bro. I open my shit, straight ass
Straight ass.
From
from Ye. I'm like,
yeah.
He's posting
bro,
straight
what are you
porn.
doing?
Yeah, he's posting straight porn. So
On his,
so
like
his,
4 or 5
yes,
fucking videos
his account
in a row,
then
bro.
got deactivated. It's unclear. It was unclear as to whether or not like he deactivated himself or Elon did it until we found out that Elon. Someone reported, they were like, yo, I can't be seeing this on my feed. And he was like, yeah, his account is now not safe for work, so you shouldn't be seeing that. He tweeted the Nazi thing, sold a swastika thing, said all the shit, tweeted porn, said fuck Virgil, and your response was not safe for work.
He
And
changed
then-
his account to not safe for work.
And then Ye tweeted, I appreciate Elon for allowing me to vent. And I think he also said like it was cool using the world as like a soundboard or like a vision board or some shit. And we just
He made a video.
Elon, the same nigga who just did a Nazi salute and then called into a far-right German party talking about y'all have to stop worrying about what happened in the 40s, move past your hatred. And this
Allowed
nigga,
a nigga to, okay.
Allowed it.
Mind you,
Okay, bro.
right. During that time, during the defense, it was okay. It's a Roman salute. Now he's just in front of you, blatantly, just basically endorsed.
yeah.
Like the
Like
Nazi,
and
like-
one thing, no,
and
no, and we're not gonna stop talking about this because this shit blew me. We've just kind of like let all these people who
Yeah,
are
like
defending
we-
him
yeah.
just skirt past. Y'all defended the salute saying it wasn't this, it wasn't that. Then he went to the German thing. Then he made the joke when he was like, they're
Yep.
calling me a Nazi. Himmler, I did not see this coming. And then he lets Kanye West tweet, I'm a Nazi, I love Hitler. And he was like, yeah,
evidence
slap
on
on the
evidence
wrist.
on that.
What else
Crazy.
do you need to
I
see?
don't know.
That's-
I don't know. And
I
that's
love
what
what
I
you said,
said,
bro. I love what you said when you said niggas is getting like desensitized to that shit.
Yeah,
Last
they don't believe it. Y'all don't
episode, I was
believe
like,
it.
last episode, I'm like, gang, what's throwing me off is why are we allowing this shit? These niggas are getting away with everything, bro.
And it's so
Everything
funny
alive.
because
Word too.
Because guess who's at the right hand of Elon right now? The president of the United States
it's
of America.
crazy, my nigga. It's
like
crazy.
We have to. There's this thing. Ye is a billionaire as well, and you see this with Elon Musk too. There's this thing where we're beginning to see an age where billionaires are using their wealth to buy influence and platforms, literally the platforms of Twitter, of
Meta.
Google Maps,
Yeah.
where they're talking about Gulf America now.
Everything,
When
everything.
Yeah, we're seeing all this shit happening, and they're buying this influence to not only influence like the public, but also influence the administrations. And they're working hand in hand with the Trump administration when we get to talking about the shit that they've been doing.
A
Bro.
huge fucking thing that me and him were talking about. And I don't know if you were about to go into the whole golf shit.
Oh no,
but-
go ahead. Yeah, go.
A huge part of what we were talking about the other day, where it's like, this is how insane this shit is getting. You have people like the press secretary, right? Press secretary of the White House is telling people about the whole like Gulf of America thing, and people are like, basically, people are like, okay, but it's like, this is not what
It's
it
some
is. It's
bullshit.
the Gulf
Yeah.
of Mexico,
They're
right?
asking, yeah.
They're like, right? She's looking you dead in your face and saying, no, it's the Gulf of America. That's not the crazy thing, though, right? Grifters have been here.
Yeah.
What's wild to me is there are children growing up in this world that are going to go on Google Maps and they'll see Gulf of
Gulf of
Mexico,
America.
parentheses, Gulf of America, or they'll see straight
Just
up Gulf of
America,
America.
Why?
Like,
Like,
why?
no,
No,
it's not
keep
setting,
it.
no,
My
it's
nigga,
not
keep
setting,
it.
yeah.
My nigga, deep it. There is a 5-year-old kid right now that's going to be, he gonna grow up. Maybe in 5 years or whatever. He gonna be 10 years old saying like,
Yeah, that's the Gulf of
that's the
America.
Gulf of America.
No.
My nigga, you're
There's a
wrong.
dialect
Like, that's the
difference
scary
right there.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
you're wrong. It's getting so crazy that these billionaires and the influence they're pushing, bro, they're actually affecting
And you
the
wanna know
younger
what it-
generation now.
And the thing is that like it's not like Republicans or the right have been like never been lying before right now, but now it's just so over. Like that press secretary, they're like, so why are we supposed to use Gulf of America? What was the rationale behind it? And she's like, I'm not sure why there's a problem. It is the Gulf of America. All the apps recognize it.
All
Who
the
was
app-
standing behind that nigga at the inauguration?
all
the-
all
the owner of the
Google
apps.
The owner of
It's-
Google.
No, I remember
Like-
seeing that, bro. That shit was like creepy, bro.
Oh, it's
Like seeing them all there, their
Yeah.
eyes look
And
dead.
now,
Just billionaires just
and now
sitting there.
Elon Musk, who's a private citizen, who has not been, wasn't born here, first of all. I seen a parallel
Like, you don't
today.
even
They were
go
like,
here.
they were trying to say Obama was born in Africa. Trump started a rumor about Obama being born in Africa. Elon Musk was born in fucking Africa, and he's
Born in
currently
Africa.
basically the de facto president of the United States.
And no one's talking.
And no one's talking.
no
No
one's
one
talking.
cares.
cares.
No
Allowing
one brings
shit.
up that
No one gives
at
a
all.
fuck. No.
And the fact that like this motherfucker's in the treasury and shit.
And
one's
no,
talking.
and yeah, let's talk about it. Trump and Trump started a Elon or whatever, I guess whoever started a non-governmental agency, DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. Mind you, there are people like inspectors general that are like supposed to investigate government programs and determine whether or not they're wasting money or like how to do that. But we need somehow this new agency that does exactly that. One of Trump's first moves in office last month was to fire 17 veteran agency watchdogs known as the inspectors general, who watch over the fraud and abuse. We had 17 of them motherfuckers he just fired. These are people whose whole job is to analyze government programs to determine whether or not there's waste or fraud or whatever. And that's what Elon and them are saying they're going to try to do with his thing. That's why they're going in and cutting shit. Those firings were done without giving Congress the legally required 30 days like notice.
Insane. Bro, they're dead running. They're
Like,
running
they're
up
running
in this
this
bitch
shit.
and flipping tables over, and people
Nobody.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Trump lied. He was like,
Clapping
yeah,
and
it's
shit.
standard. He just lied. He was like, yeah, this is standard. That's never, no. This is
No,
not-
that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's not process. Bro, these niggas are violating the processes of how everything works, and people are dead sitting here saying, my president.
Yep.
You're
Yeah.
bullshit.
They don't have the
You're
education
bullshit.
to know
Stick
that
with
shit
me. Let me
at
bring
all.
you through this whole shit
Let 'em
about
cook,
how
let 'em
these,
cook,
how
let 'em
these
cook.
billionaires are running up in this shit. 19 Democratic attorneys general, like at the state level, like from different states, the attorneys general in that state, like their head lawyer, they sued the Trump and the Treasury Secretary in February to stop DOGE or Elon Musk's fucking agency from accessing sensitive documents with details about like millions of Americans, like social security numbers, how they pay for shit or whatever, because that's how they were trying to get like access to the Treasury. Trump and Musk, every time this happens and a judge is like, yo, y'all can't do this shit, they say it was judicial interference and they make threats of impeachment against the justices. So now we have motherfuckers who are billionaires with the entire platform, 200 million followers. And when a judge is like this,
Doing
is
their job,
unconstitutional,
by the way.
doing their job, you can't do this shit. They get
like,
the entire
we're
mob
gonna fire
against
you.
you.
That's terrible.
Imagine you're a judge elected in rural fucking Kentucky and you see this shit happening. You're like, yo, y'all can't do this thing. And now you have death threats in your inbox from millions of people because
Millions
you
of fucking
sided
idiots that don't
against
know what
Elon.
they're talking about.
And the shit is
Trump
unconstitutional.
itself is terrifying, but the supporters are even scarier because now
They don't
you,
care.
They don't
you
care. They
understand
don't wanna
that-
learn nothing,
You don't. You
bro.
understand that this person is like, and I pray they do. They understand that this nigga is damn near a dictator, and you're
He's
still
overthrowing the
going
government,
for it.
and you're going for
literally,
it.
and you're still going for it. You're like, oh, just trust the process.
But the eggs, though.
I don't understand.
Like-
the thing I don't understand about it is what happens when the inevitable happens. As in, what happens when, like, or if and when Trump, Elon, whoever the fuck it is, becomes that dictator? What happens for your middle class ass family?
This is what's gonna happen. Well, I mean, I think we need it, right?
Bro.
I'm like, hold on. You don't realize that you live in the same America, but you know they're gonna probably go at the liberals or some shit like, oh yeah, look, he's the dictator now, right? Like, no,
You're
you're
they've
being
already-
affected
bro,
as well.
There's
going-
already
yeah.
been so many like polls and studies that have already came out on most of the states that voted for the nigga are getting the like harsh repercussions of like him trying to ban the Department of Education. And, shit like,
and
that's
y'all are
happening
already
now.
ranked last in the nation.
Could you
like,
tell us more about like?
yeah,
trying to
no.
ban that?
The thing is, the problem is, and this is why Ye and everyone is so indicative of this problem of like breaking down, like valuing like intellectualism, like valuing having a reason to believe a thing. What happened was on Thursday, a federal judge in D.C. they ordered the Trump administration to lift the freeze on USAID, which is like the big thing. USAID is like I forget actually what it stands for. It's the United States Agency for International Development. So that's the main avenue through which we like fund humanitarian efforts around the world, like giving aid to Gaza, giving like all types of shit like that.
So they're trying to destroy a footprint, basically.
They froze all of it because remember, Doge's like game is they want to like evaluate where all this money's going from because all these bureaucrats are wasting all this money. They ordered it frozen. A Judge Amir Ali, wrote that the Trump administration officials have not offered any explanation for why a blanket suspension of all congressionally appropriated foreign aid like needed to be frozen right now. And that action set off a shockwave where like this is a organization that has contracts with thousands of nonprofits that are doing all this different work. So like they're agreeing to get bread through this agency and it's frozen haphazardly.
I was going to say, meaning they've already cleared all of this bread.
Yes.
It's already been
Congressionally
cleared,
approved.
put into the budget, etc.
And then a nigga who's not elected, who's a private citizen,
Not even. He don't even go here.
Don't even go here. Sits down and is like, yeah, nah, we gonna stop all that. And the judge is like, you guys need to provide reason for that. You want to know what they did? They were like, yeah, this judge, there's a serious violation here. This is judicial obstruction. You didn't even provide a reason. You can't just do that. That's illegal.
Yeah.
And we're just
like fine with it.
We're just fine.
This is what I would say. Because I feel like a lot of, especially the things you're talking about, right? I feel like a lot of people are hearing you.
Yeah.
Not hearing you. I feel like a lot of people are sitting there kind of in the middle of being like, okay, what the fuck do we do about it? What the fuck? This is what I say, like, genuinely, like, as in, this is not a solution for everybody, but I'm gonna speak like from my personal experience of even with just like the black people I know, et cetera, or the minorities I know, et cetera. I think conspiracy theories at this point are like the worst thing we do as a community.
That's the worst
we
shit.
cannot allow ourselves. My mom, bro. Shout out my mama, but moms, what are you doing? Elon demon. Elon, you see how his eyes twitch?
That's
Mom,
not
you're
the problem.
missing it.
You want to know what
we
the
can't
problem
allow
is?
ourselves to fall into this
and you
shit,
want
bro.
to want to know what they're missing, and this is the dig. It's because the whole thing with this Department of Government Efficiency is to see where we can cut money from, because all these bureaucrats wasting the money. It's because these niggas in 2017 passed that tax cut. That statistically, majority, I believe people in the top 1% got an average of $50,000 from that tax cut. The bottom, like 90% of the country, got an average of $500. That money did not go to none of y'all who voted for Donald Trump. Statistically, you didn't see that bread.
Yeah.
And what they did is, in that tax cut, it was supposed to expire in 2025. But what happens is when you pass a tax cut, that means you're going to lower, as the government, you're deciding, we're going to lower the amount of tax revenue we take in this year. So when you do that, that means that you're going to have less money to pay for everything that the government pays for, like food stamps, like Medicare, like all those government programs. So because we're not getting any more money because we decide we're going to do a tax cut, well, we have to decrease spending somewhere. Let's cut the programs for the poor people. So
why would you do it for the rich people?
instead of campaigning on it, like they've been doing under Mitt Romney and everything, being like, we're going to get in there, we're going to cut these taxes, but it's actually going to benefit you. They said, nah, fuck it. We just going to lie to you, get in there, and then just do this shit anyway.
Ourselves,
and we're going to hire a private
That's
nigga
crazy.
to come in there and be like, yo, we're wasting money here. Let's get rid of this so that they can get rid of things that people actually need so that him and his rich friends can get a bigger tax.
JJ, what's the total?
Insane,
what's
bro.
the total amount of money that they're looking at
Like
trying to cut?
$4 trillion.
$4.5 trillion, bro.
You can't.
Wait, where
They're
did
trying,
that
they're
number?
trying to pull it out of nowhere. Yes,
They're trying
to pull it out of nowhere,
their
mind you.
tax cuts are going to balloon the deficit and cost the government trillions of dollars over the next however many years. They're trying to find every avenue that they can save $4-point-something trillion on the budget. Mind you, you know what hasn't been touched? You know what won't be touched because Elon Musk gets money from government contracts from this regard? The military budget.
Oh,
We're not touching that.
Military budget is damn near a
what's the
trillion.
military
budget?
It's damn near a trillion.
Over Trump's first term, I believe it hit like $1.3 trillion.
And it hasn't
Wow.
been.
It's been like an average of like $800 billion every year.
That's crazy. Wait, so I've heard people say something about the no tax on tips and like all that shit. Where does that go?
I haven't even heard Trump and them. He said he advocated for it the other day again, I think, but I don't think that's something that's actually going to be pursued. I was looking into it. There's like, it's a lot more complicated. There were papers saying that like, if you do tax on tips, it's actually not the most beneficial thing in the world. I think that in my personal opinion, I think that is a thing that they threw out there so that people like Trump supporters can be like, look, he is
The middle class, exactly.
no tax on tips. You want to know what he would do? You know what he would do is if he like up taxes on the nigga sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
his
The
thumb
nigga worth,
fucking book.
the nigga
Yo,
worth $500 billion.
And he'd
Crazy.
still
It's sitting
be
right
good.
next to
He'd
you.
still be good if
Exactly.
he took the hit. That's the crazy thing. He'd be good for
He'd
life.
be
if
good.
he
You
took the hit.
could take $200 billion of access away from Elon Musk right now. He'd still be Elon Musk with $200 billion.
But I have a question for you. That's insane, by the way. Like, you can't even fathom 200 billion.
You can't.
But a question for you is, what program that Trump cut had you like jarred that you couldn't even believe the shit?
I think it was the USAID thing. No, well, we're not even talking about the FAA shit and how all these planes have continued to be crashing. Because when he started getting rid of,
I saw one today.
in Toronto,
we just
like,
saw
it was
one.
landing in Toronto or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and then, like,
so it's
yeah.
like all that shit, like firing because the FAA already was like very short on workers, and this government buyout shit where he's like firing all these employees, it was jarring. But with the USAID thing, when I'm like, you're freezing funding to everything. Like, you can't America first your way out of a world that like doesn't give a fuck where your borders are. We were talking about it when it was like even in like the pandemic years. If we completely cut off connection with China, what defense do you have against anything coming out of China? Whether it's a virus, whether it's anything. I get America first, but you have to communicate with the rest of the world. Why are we out of the World Health Organization? Why are we out of the Paris?
That's what fucking
Now that shit coming over here, we have no knowledge of what the fuck going on and shit.
And you have no allies to help it either.
Exactly.
That's one thing I have to ask, like, to all y'all, genuinely, like, why did he, like, do that? And, like, literally, I can't even make sense in my head.
They're holding, first of all, they're expanding his power, because that's what he's been wanting to do. He is a narcissistic-ass motherfucker who wants to be that strong man, that dictator. But also, him and his rich friends, the ones who were standing behind him at the inauguration, will stand to make a lot of money if they can somehow convince the American people that we're going to cut these taxes again. It's actually going to benefit you. So that's why they're freezing all the funding to be like, let's evaluate where this funding is coming from. Nigga, what do you mean evaluate it? There are a bunch of people who work above you, below you, everything, who know what that money's for and where it's coming from. But that doesn't matter because it's just all at the will.
People don't even understand it. Like, back to that, the 4.5 trillion, right? They're cutting, or they're looking to cut, like, bullshit. I'm gonna be real with you. They're cutting bullshit. They're looking and seeing the money, and they're like, oh, we can pull something. They're not gonna hit that number. Once they need to get close to that number, once they need to get closer, they're just gonna cut the shit we know about.
Our two biggest things is Medicare, Medicaid. They're going to do that again. It's the same policy proposal these niggas have been trying out there since fucking who's the nigga who lost Obama the first time? John McCain.
Yeah.
The same shit they've been saying. And it just changes lingo every year. Wow. This shit is evidently stressful. What you can do, you need to take a breath and do the best for yourself. And what you need to do is enjoy this shit. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what the fuck they doing, you can still have happiness in your own life. And some people fight for it. Some people, you just got to be clued up, be educated.
Bro.
And
the best thing you can do is try to educate
the best thing you can
genuinely.
do, if you're wondering what to do at home, the best thing you can do is educate yourself, because there are times where shit gets really dark, and
it's weird sometimes.
And it being, and just to bring up the spirits, it being around Valentine's Day, sometimes when it is dark, and I get why people fuck with the album too, is because sometimes love is all you really have. But the problem again happens to be that these same motherfuckers who bootlick people like Trump and Elon are the same ones who try to fuck up love for everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get to this final 10, man.
Listen,
Final 10.
Let's get into the final 10.
I can't wait to see this shit.
So I was on the internet the other day, right? And I never willingly go seek out a Fresh and Fit video. But I was like, it's like
a
Valentine.
virus.
I'm like, it's like a plague.
So who's Fresh and Fit?
So Fresh and Fit are two people who they host this podcast. I believe they're based in like Miami or some shit. Fit is Myron on the left, and then Fresh is Walter on the right.
Walter?
They have Walter?
Yeah,
that's his name?
That's their that's the whole, Myron's actual name isn't Myron. I forgot what it is, but it's something else.
Sweating.
But he go by Myron Gaines.
About Fresh.
That whatever fucking shirts y'all got on are not fresh. But so their whole podcast is like the pretty much the Hate Woman podcast. So I knew for a fact that it was gonna be a Valentine's Day episode and that they were gonna say some bullshit. And I found a thing that ended up happening. So before we get into watching this clip, I want to do a thought experiment with y'all, because you know Fresh and Fit usually has a bunch of women on the podcast. Most of the time they'll be like IG models or people who are not educated in political thought, so they can sit down and say whatever message and not get impressed. So they did this thought experiment and I found it insane, so I want to do it with y'all. So first of all, I need y'all to put like 4 fingers up, right? Okay. Now, I want you to go around and name a quality that you have that is like, that a woman would want, right? And if you guys share that same quality, when someone says it, put a finger down. So once you say it, you put your finger down. If it matches with y'all also put a finger down. So you can start.
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness? Cool. How about you?
Funny?
Yeah, I think that too. Go ahead.
A seriousness.
Like
a
maturity, like that, cool. And then I would say like emotional intelligence. I think I have that, and I think that's something that. All right, cool. You have 1 finger left. You have no fingers left. All right, so let's look at this clip and let me explain what the fuck is wrong here.
All right, let's see this shit.
Okay, who has anything left? Let me see who has anything left.
Okay, she has 3, 1.
Okay, so 3, 1, 1, 4, 5? Or is that 6? Okay, you have 1 left. What do you have left?
3.
3, 2. Nothing.
Nothing.
And then you have
They were
nothing.
asked the same
So,
question, but
as
about
you can
men.
see, this exercise demonstrates that virtually women bring all the same things to the table.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
What?
So after asking you those questions, would you say that all men bring the same things to the table?
No.
That's like
Motherfucker, first of all,
I thought he was gonna go deeper.
he didn't even try.
The thing about Myron, bro, is like
He didn't even. I didn't even fucking try.
what the fuck?
I was like, because you, no, context though. This nigga JJ was like, nah, I got this thought experiment for y'all. I'm like,
Okay. Nice.
bullshit.
No, you want to know? This is why it's before you even get into Myron. I counted them. If you go to the screenshot that I had before, there are 10 women sitting around this table, and they all have them put 10 fingers up. And if you agree, if you share the same quality, you put the hand down. There are 10 women there. Statistically, the vast majority of them are going to end up with no fingers because you're all talking like positively about yourself. And there were even women who were honest and said, I don't have those qualities, had like 5-6 fingers left. There's diversity at your table when you said all women are the same.
I genuinely think, because like nobody said anything.
Bro.
Nobody said anything.
That's how it's designed.
Yeah.
No, after he said it though, nobody said anything.
enough,
It's
enough.
either they're like, the women on there were like genuinely not the brightest, or like they were thinking the same, like, what?
I watched a little bit
at the bullshit.
I watched a little bit of the clip after a woman starts going and she's like, no, but I think that and like, you know how they usually get into the back and forth where they get to have he said that, they played the sound effect. They were like, gotcha it, and played it. That was it.
Bro,
that was the
I've seen
profound
that
point that he
yeah.
made.
What?
The
old are they?
dangerous thing about this podcast, bro,
Look it up. Go ahead.
it's too simple thinking for complex humans. Like, what do you mean it's just that simple? No, all women are not the same.
Yeah, so their whole point, he's 35. Myron.
35 doing some
Pushing
dumb shit.
35.
35
Shit
sitting at
like
a table with IG Miles saying all women bring the same thing to the table. If I looked y'all dead in y'all face and said, because all y'all put your fingers down, all y'all bring the same thing to a table, to a relationship, you look at me like I'm the ghost, like the ghost of Christmas past. Like, what the fuck are we
probably
talking
break
about?
your kneecaps.
And the reason why I led into it by
He said probably.
and the reason why I led into it by saying like some people, these people, mind you, all Trump supporters, heavy anti-immigration, cheering on the raids happening in our city right now. These people will ruin everything for you, including your love life, if you listen to these people.
Yeah.
If you go into it as a young man with a mindset thinking that you're gonna just be let down because all women bring the same thing to the table, none of them care, you're not going to find a
You're
person that you
cooked.
give a fuck about because you don't look at them as people.
Be so
Exactly.
real with you, bro. Go outside. Go outside.
Go outside
meet
and actually
people.
see the world.
And
like,
Touch some fucking grass.
No, and I
like,
get
in
it, and
the-
I
that's
Jesus.
the easiest way to say it, bro. Touch some.
I think social media has completely fucked this whole shit up in the sense of like people giving advice and it's like they don't even have the experience for it at all because they seeing what they see on social
Bro.
media, but you haven't even left outside since last
Y'all
month.
taking advice from lame niggas. That's it.
Lame ass.
Lame.
No,
Niggas wanna hurt
and I get it. And there are
real.
some people who might listen and they'll be a little like, touch grass. You have to understand, one of the most profound things niggas like this have ever done, they were mad because if you look at the statistics on Tinder, usually it's a few select women who are trying to lead on a bunch of men. Tinder is a dating app that is downloaded
Literally
majority
just
by
swipe left
men.
or right.
Women are not the majority on Tinder. So yes, the majority of dudes would be chasing after, but that's their entire ideology. They think men need to be sought after by like a million women, and we just have it that way and no reverse based off of what? A study on a dating app? That's not real life.
Myron,
That's not real life.
Myron Gaines has a book saying why women deserve less.
How the fuck are y'all ever gonna get a relationship
And
thinking
motherfuckers
like that?
tune in and watch this man spew bullshit.
No, bro, they get
But they
About
was in them
getting
comments. They was in them comments wilding.
They
They
was
be
in
in
them
them comments like,
they be getting it. They be like, yeah,
Dick
no,
eating.
no, dick eating.
You done
And
beat
they'll
your
be-
shit
and-
3
and-
times a day watching that shit.
and you taking you the
Yeah.
expert on your bull. And the thing is, the reason why, the reason, regardless of what the fuck you like think, and you think that maybe these people are making like good points, it's controlled opposition. And the reason why is because nigga, you're sitting in an environment where these two niggas have a podcast. They bring in women who are not going to be politically educated to share their takes that they can come up with in the moment, and they use that to be like feminism is shit.
Yeah.
You know what?
Imagine I asked you about patriarchy on a random Thursday after you just drank 3 times
Yeah.
and you in Miami.
Bro, they'll get these girls. They'll get these girls drunk, bro.
Hey, bro, how about that patriarchy? They can't even stand up. The fuck?
They'll get these girls drunk and then ask them like, "Oh, like what? Is this a continent? Is this like what?
Yeah.
Why?
Like so
What the fuck are you
why are
talking
you in
about?
particular single on Valentine's Day? Yeah, my last just didn't work out. So what'd you do? That's the whole fucking formula.
So
and then we just extrapolate.
We just like grew a part of the men. What this means is like
y'all cut out a whole chapter in that video for you to be like, yeah, basically what that mean is every woman bring the same. You don't even believe.
You don't even believe the shit you talking
It's a
about.
game.
But you
What y'all
saying
think
this
Myron
shit
did
like,
on
come
Valentine's Day?
I couldn't tell you.
Cried himself to fucking
Nothing.
sleep.
You wanna know what
Beat
he
his
did?
shit
He
6
checked his
times.
fucking analytics because this nigga has 1 million and barely breaking 100K on a video. Shut your ass up.
Tight.
Bullshitting.
Bullshit,
But yeah,
bro.
I feel like
Absolutely
motherfuckers
insane,
go
bro.
in there, hate on the women on the shit, and then follow them on Instagram.
And yeah,
Just to
and
beat they shit to they OFs.
and the reason why
Disgusting,
the
bro.
reason why we're so heavy-handed with it is because like I don't ever care nor necessarily know what someone's dead intent is. But the effect of this shit, whether it's Ye, whether it's Trump, whether it's all these motherfuckers reacting to the Super Bowl, whether it's all this shit, is they are fucking you over.
Yeah.
Getting you
you
to believe
over.
shit that is not backed in anything, that is just coming from a place of hate, prejudice, whatever.
Like-
it's not
like-
because I feely wheelie that.
Yeah.
I can look this shit up.
Look it up.
Like they're literally looking you in your eyes, grabbing you by the back of your skull, and pow driving. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't want to look shit up. You don't want to be informed on shit. You
Yeah,
No.
you
Let
feel the
them-
type of
let
way
hit
and
you.
agree with you, so you like, cool. Mind you, they are fucking.
Somebody
you over.
has to save the city, bro.
Someone has to
Batman,
save
where the
city.
fuck are
No. Fuck Batman. I know 4 black men that can save this city.
Well, Batman,
Sad.
Black and even if
Look
the
it up.
4 black men can't save your city, hopefully the 4 black men can inspire you to save your own damn city. Because
bro.
Jesus, you have to
bro.
stop.
Save yourself.
Bro, please. The biggest thing, save yourself.
Save yourself.
Do what you got.
The biggest thing is please watch out for anyone who's like influencing you or whoever you're listening to, because at the end of the day, you're only listening to a specific
It's
perspective.
Exactly.
That's it.
education.
Education.
Ask
Questions,
yourself,
questions,
ask
questions.
yourself the question why. Why are they giving me this conclusion? How did they come to this conclusion? What does this thought experiment actually accomplish? Because I just demonstrated to you in real time that was bullshit, and they have a whole chapter to it in their video. Like, ask yourself the question why. That will save so many people.
Bro.
It would.
Bro.
Questions, questions, questions. That's all you gotta ask.
All you gotta
All
do,
it is.
bro. Hey,
Thank
man.
you.
We gonna save this city.
We gonna
gonna
say
try.
shit.
Jam
best.
We finna
2025.
have the jam capes. Let's
It's
get our
finna
masks.
get wild.
get real with it,
Thank
man.
you for tuning in to the first
Appreciate
episode
y'all.
of the Jam.
Of the Jam.
bro.
And if
Get it.
this was entertaining, you know where we gonna be at, and you know what
yeah.
to do.
No,
You
we
don't know what to do.
Fuck
Like
going
this shit
on?
up, comment and share this shit.
real.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Jam.
Shout
Shout out
Jam.
to
Shout out to
Jam.
Jam.
I hope you all have an awesome day and night wherever you are. Peace.
Subscribe to
And
the
don't get
podcast.
jammed up, nigga.
All that.
Don't get jammed
Don't get
up.
caught in the jam.
Don't get
Lock
fucking
the
with these
fuck
niggas
in.
on the
Right.
internet.
Don't get caught in
the
the
jam.
Oh God.
I couldn't think of another one. Subscribe to the Jam. Peace out, y'all.
Subscribe.
Oh God. Yes, sir.